trying hard to be someone else. All we want is please. Giving no time to breathe. This is our identity. We turn our backs, we can't help, we're gone. This is our identity.
Hello everyone, sorry for the delay, just getting the last couple things straightened out and I'll be opening up the stream. Just a couple quick technical issues on my end I am sorting out. For now I'll just give you guys some onboard or some auto cam of the race. So alright guys, there you go. Getting a little bit of what you'll see in the race. Also, I'll throw up the standings as well so you guys can see where everyone's at in their respective championships. That's definitely not the best place for that, but I'll leave it there anyways. And you guys can, you can hopefully see. I know it's a little bit small there, but you can see who's leading. Positions are in the middle, the blue numbers that are really hard to read, but you'll see who's leading each championship. GT3 is on the left, which is the rookies, and the GT4 is on the right, which are our experienced Pro and Am drivers. On screen right now in the pink Aston is Cooper Takini. So again guys, just bear with me here because like I said, the chat on my end is not working, but I hope you guys are doing well this evening. Alright, I think I have the chat working. If someone wants to just throw in a quick message, let me know. That way I am aware and don't have to panic. And welcome everyone, by the way, to Odyssey Racing League. This is our rookie championship, GT Americas. Paul with the yo in the chat. Yo, dude. Yeah, this is our GT Americas rookie championship, and alongside it is our GT4 championship. We have a lot of racing tonight. Today's round is a double sprint, which means there are 2 back-to-back 25-minute races. And on top of that, we had to split up. I'm not sure if anyone streamed last week, but we had to split up our championships because there were too many people signed up. Matt with the Italian hand in the chat, welcome. Yeah, so we had so many people that we were overflowing on the grid, so we split up to a split A, split B. So right now we're watching split A finish the practice session, and they'll be hopping into a qualifying almost immediately. Have 2 back-to-back races, and then immediately following, we might miss a little bit of the qualifying, but we'll have split B with their qualifying, and then again 2 back-to-back races. So you guys get 2 qualifiers and 4 races tonight. I may stop the stream after this race. That way there's 2 separate ones. So they are getting in there now. Qualifying is starting, and we're just gonna try and hop on board with the first car that moves. So I will remove the standings now because that's probably going to get in your way a little bit of seeing who the driver is, the map, and all that. But right now we got GT4 is leaving first. Car number 111 of Clayton Filsinger starting first. One of our fastest drivers here in ORL, one of the, I would say, resident aliens. So, oh, that's not right. And just sorting out my preview stream to make sure that I can hear myself, so know that you guys are good. And I will actually make this a little bit better for you guys. So we'll just have the GT4s visible in the tower there in the corner. So is it possible for me to stream this in anything above 1080? Probably not, but I don't think you even need it in anything above that. I don't think my monitors or anything go above that. I'm pretty sure you can't change things on the fly. Should be nothing wrong with 1080, so I don't know if you're actually being serious or sarcastically asking, but yeah, we can look into that for the future, maybe when we have some people that are more equipped to stream. So yeah, we have 7 cars for the GT4 championship in split A, and I think we have about the same in split B, so altogether there's 14 cars in the championship. Right now, oh, there are some chats that I guess I had missed. There we go. Alright, I should be all good now, guys. Sorry for the little bit of a headache at the beginning. No, it's fine, much more clear. I mean, to me it's pretty clear, so we're gonna roll with it for now, but I can look into that for the future. I don't know if the bandwidth will be good to do that, but we can try it out in the future. I've never had anyone ask that before, but talk to the other broadcasters and see if we can set that up. So yeah, Clayton entering sector 2, and this will be his out lap. No, it's not. This is his first lap, so we're gonna just go to him specifically. Alright, cool. I appreciate it, man. No, I just wasn't sure because sometimes people have like legitimately weird requests about like. I don't want to give any examples as the commentator, but no problem. We'll check it out. I'll talk to the other guys and we'll see if we can consider that. So we're gonna look at Clayton There he is, coming into the third sector, just past the bridge. And good thing I opened up the preview screen because it seems there are some chats that I am missing from Kick, unfortunately. But yeah. Anyway, so Clayton's coming around the final turn. Looks like he's done a pretty clean lap. And we'll see what he gets on the first timed lap in the session. Also, I think the volume is probably a bit quiet, so I will turn it up in a moment. So he's got a 155.47. And then Kyle White is behind him by 3, almost 4 tenths. Okay, the volume's actually probably fine. More of my desktop volume, which I will investigate. Oh, let's not do that. Give me 2 seconds here, guys. I apologize for this. Alright, let me know if the game volume is still low. I did turn it up a little bit, but I can turn it up again. I just worry about the onboard cameras. The volume on those is absolutely insane. Also, for you guys, just so you're aware, we are streaming on Kick as well as YouTube, so if you are interested in supporting us to actually have the chance to be monetized, check us out on Kick. And if you're feeling so inclined, give us a good follow on there because we can start monetizing at 75 followers. I'm going to throw the auto cam back on, give you guys a bit of an update here. So we got Phil Singer with a 55.4 as you see on your screen, and following that is Kyle White with a 55.8. Cooper Tocchini is a little bit slower with a 57.1, so he's going to have some ground to make up there. Robbie's car looking pretty sleek there with that kind of satin metallic finish. Got Yo, what's up from Heinrichsen. Nice to see that the Kick chat is also now working, so I think we're all good, guys. We're all good to go. For those of you guys watching on YouTube, I am going to grab you guys the Kick link so you can support us there. Yeah, the volume is perfect. Alright, sweet. Appreciate the feedback. So check us out on Kick. And also, I will send the Patreon. If you guys would be so kind to help us out on Patreon, we are trying to make this league better for everyone. And things get a little expensive. So we're in the last 3 minutes of the GT4 qualifying. So it's a 20-minute total qualifying, and we split it 10 minutes and 10 minutes. So you have the GT4s run for the first 10 minutes, and then the GT3s do the next 10 minutes. So that way there's no like worrying about overlapping each other. I guess the link didn't send on Kick. Let me investigate that. Sorry guys, I want to make sure everyone does have this link. So let's wait for the auto cam to find someone else. Well, let's do it for. There we go. Cooper leaving to try and get one more lap in. Johnny DeMarchi, a 2.5 seconds off of Phil Singer's time. It's quite a lot to make up, but I think he can get a little closer, maybe compete with Kyle White a little bit. Thank you for dropping the follow on Kick. I appreciate it. If everyone else doesn't mind helping us out too, even just leave it open. Get us the view count up a little bit. We are the only league that we have heard of that is running their streams on Kick right now. We know it's a new platform and it's not super popular, but listen, Twitch takes half of your money. Kick only takes 5%. So, and running a league ain't cheap. Cannot stress that enough. Look at that livery there, Kyle White, proud American. Can't have enough stars and stripes on that livery, I tell you what. So a minute and a half left, and it seems the standings are still pretty similar. Charles, I believe, is serving a qualifying ban. Oh no, he's out there. He's just not getting a good lap in. So let's see if he can make it around the track to secure a good lap. He is on a hot lap now, so check it out in just a second to see. And there's the Patreon link in the chat there for the Kick members. So looking at Charles right now, we'll see how he does as he comes around the last turn here in his bright green Jannetta. Anyone watching, just so you guys are aware, we actually have a GT2 championship starting tomorrow. The DLC came out today, which has been very exciting. Personally, I haven't had a chance to drive it yet. Looking really forward to that. But yeah, championship for EU starts tomorrow. And Charles is just crossing the line. Doesn't get a valid lap in there, but he's got one more chance right now. There's 10 minutes on the clock, and the GT4s are done. So all the other GT4s have to go park, and the GT3s will start funneling out as you see on the mini-map there. We'll get to those guys in a second. I just want to see if Charles can get himself a lap here. Matt, GT2 cars look sick. 100% agree, dude. Everyone has different opinions, but I think all of them look really good. The 935 Porsche looks a little funky, but also it is the most unique one, and I think it stands out in a good way. I'm personally thinking that I'm going to run the KTM because, you know, the 12-year-old in me thinks it looks the most badass. So we'll see how it goes. Charles here looking like he's running a pretty good lap. I don't want to commentate curse him, but he's staying within the lines. He's using the whole road. Getting pretty close there on an invalidation, but I think he's still good. And only one on there without a lap done. We'll see if he can swing it to the end. Coming under the bridge, getting a bit frisky there. No, and he goes off, and that's it. No qualifying time for Charles. He might actually start near the back. Let's look at Takini as he's crossing, or he's turning the last turn right now. The Porsche does look a little funky, yeah, man. I'm telling you. But hey, you know what? Apparently it's fast. So Cooper does not improve on his time, but he definitely pulls off there. So now we're gonna see the GT3s, and the first one out there trying to see is 33. So Usama Nadi, if I'm saying that right. If someone can correct me if I am saying that wrong. Yeah, RIP. Poor Charles, man. He tried. He tried. So we'll see how this first lap goes here. Cross the line. Looks like there's a bit of a queue at the back there, which is part of the reason why we split it along with the full grid. Just for the rookie guys, it's a little bit of a difficult challenge to overcome is the queue at the qualifying sessions. So 13 viewers there on Kick, 20 viewers on YouTube. If you guys are watching on YouTube and not watching on Kick, please throw us a follow and maybe just open up the stream. You can even just lower the volume or mute the tab itself. Just don't mute the video and we will get some traction on that platform. Those of you watching on Kick, thank you for being here. We're in the second half of our first qualifying of the night. Oh, and I should change the tower over, right, to the GT3. So we got 15 GT3s on the track. Varying in skill level. This is our rookie championship. The first of the 2 rounds tonight. Or the 2 splits, I should say. So, let's go 35. All right, we'll get a little bit of action on Grush in a moment here. Just want to see how... I'm going to say this name wrong again. Nani? Is that how I'm saying it? Fear Nothing Moto. I can just say that. The Fear Nothing boys out there in full swing. And thank you guys again for supporting us on Kick. I'll be honest with you, I don't even know how many followers we have at the moment. 23. So we need like 53 more, 52 more before we can monetize. So be sure you're following us there. And it looks like he goes off a little bit. So not sure if that's going to be valid or not. But yeah, so he's got the second best lap up there. Castro with a 47.1. Manny with a 47.9. Tyler McCullough with a 49.2. So he's got some time he's got to make up. And he just got bumped down from third by Rudenko, who is at a 48.8. So I believe Staley there, he's parked in the pits, has a ban from the qualifying and the start from pit penalty to serve this week for an accumulation of penalty points. We are very, very strict about safety here in this league, so we punish harshly. A lot of people are not ready for it when they join, and they learn very quick that we do not mess around with the safety, so our safety standards in this league are very high. Alright, let's move on to someone else. We got less than 5 minutes left. We'll throw on the auto cam here and see who it shows us elsewhere on the track in just a second. So we have 5 more cars who need to set a lap. Let's look at another non-Fear Nothing car. Okay, we got a black Porsche from Austin Orr. Unfortunately, maybe his liver didn't sync. We got Castro's car. That looks really cool. I don't know what you guys think about that, but damn, bro. That's a good thing, though. Got to keep us in check. Matt, I'm so sorry. I don't even remember what I said that made you say that, but yeah, always got to keep people in check no matter what you're talking about. Let's go, Nate Shribasaur. Welcome to the chat. I believe Shrib is racing in the second race with Split B, because I don't see his name up on my screen. So we have 5 more cars that have not set a lap, which is pretty unfortunate. If you start near the back, you might be starting in a mix of GT4s, and the problem with that is it's a lot to navigate right off the start. So for that, those that didn't hear at the beginning, safety and penalties, I think. Gotta keep us in check. Absolutely, you're right. Yep, I knew that's what it was. Yeah. Or I should have known that's what it was. I didn't know that, obviously. But yeah, gotta keep it in check, man. Because the thing is, like, little things will screw up someone's race, and we want to avoid all that. You know, there's no real way to mitigate an incident. You know, if you get into an incident and you're not at fault, your race is over. So we try, the best way to fight that is just to be very harsh with the penalties. So we got 1 car left, Sprick, who has not done a valid lap. So we'll see how that goes in just a moment. Is ORL getting iRacing in the future? No, it's probably not. We don't really like the idea of making it so our members have to pay so much money to race, and with iRacing it's just way too expensive. You know, by the time you run a season, you got people buying like 8 tracks. It'll cost someone like near $200 or whatever in US dollars. Sorry, I'm Canadian. Just to race the season, and I think that's a little bit ridiculous personally. So at least $100 to race in a season. But we are looking at other games, as there is AC2 coming out hopefully this year. They say it's coming this year, but you know how long things take with Kunos. So if AC2 comes out this year, we may look at that for expanding different driver classes. True, over 3K for me in Croners. Yeah, I mean, it gets expensive. It's just, I got the game recently, I will admit it. Like, I finally caved, and like I got it on the intro offer. It was like $30 for a year, and I think it's great. I think it's a fantastic game. I got nothing bad to say about it except for its graphics look like doo-doo butter from like the 1990s. But you know, it's a great sim. It's a lot of fun, but it just, you know, I refuse to spend all that extra money on tracks and cars, and if I do, it's gonna be very special tracks and cars, you know. Miguel in the chat. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the chat, dude. Appreciate you being here. Last minute of qualifying. And I'll just go through the roster right now. So, Castro with a 146.1. That's kind of up there in pro time. So, if he does well this week, he might move up for the next round, which will be in 2 weeks, and at Monza. And Nani in, excuse me, P2 with a 46.9. That's still a pretty good time. That's definitely like in there with the AM drivers. And Rudenko, a 47.1 for P3. Grush. Ooh, we're about to see an instant there. No, we were good. Josh Grush, you guys asked to see him earlier. I think he probably showed up already with another sort of Fear Nothing style livery. And it seems like all these guys have a little bit of differences between their liveries. That's cool. Tyler Nicola there, just ahead. A little bit more blank on his car, unless his livery was not properly uploaded. We can investigate that in the future, though. Tyler Carr in P6 with a 48.6. Jean or Jean, not 100% sure. At the 48.7. And then we got Nightshade with a 49.2. Logan with a 49.3. Will Seward with a 49.7. Austin Orr with a 50.3, but still going. Chris Russell parking it in there with a 50.7. And then we have Sudi, if I'm saying that right, no time on the board. Looks like he's on a lap right now to maybe try and get it done. Stolly with the start from pit, unfortunately, but looking at the Rexy, love that livery. And Sprick not having a so hot time here. If he starts from the back, that's going to be very unfortunate for him. So let's give it a moment here for the rest of these guys to see 4-4 is off. 4-4 error there. Tyler Carr in his car. Yeah, exactly, man. Love safety. Would hate for someone to get hurt. Absolutely. I mean, no one obviously really gets hurt in sim racing unless they get hit and they're using a DD. But yeah, headed to Split B. Keep up the good work, guys. Thanks, Paul, and good luck in Split B. We'll be watching out for you, bud. And so Rudenko about to cross the line. And securing third position. And then Tavi still on the track, coming across the start straight now to secure. Hey, there you go. 7th place overall. So we're just going to go on a brief intermission while they queue up on the grid.
What an irony. My mirror shows the other side of me.
Alrighty guys, we are here lined up on the grid. I'll give you guys a little bit of an intro on each car as they start driving. Let's just head over to the leader, Castro. Let's just get the full... There we go. Perfect. All right, guys, here we go. So, starting off at the very top of the grid, Rui Castro, P1, with the team Mind the Gap. Osama Nani in P2 from Fear Nothing Motorsports. Please tell me if I pronounce the names wrong, guys. I really appreciate it. In P2, Nikita Rudenko in P3 with KD Racing. Tyler Carr in his car with Carr Motorsports. Guy loves cars so much he named himself Carr and his team Carr. Josh Grush with Fear Nothing Moto as well in 35 McLaren. Jean, I'm not 100% sure. Cool Kids Racing, Tavi Sprick with another Fear Nothing filling up this grid with like 17 cars out of 17 cars. Tyler McCullough also on Fear Nothing, but doesn't have graphics on his liveries. If you're from Fear Nothing, please make sure you check your uploaded livery. Belena Nightshade, no livery either, unfortunately. That's odd too. I know I'm grabbing the right collections, but anyways, we'll keep going. Robert Logan with the anime livery there. ORL Logan. Really should change that. If you watch this back, Rob, you should change that red to pink or something like that, because the red and the pink kind of clash. But pretty neat livery overall. Will Seward in P11. Garage 59 with that Golf livery. Looks pretty cool. Sorry guys, I'm just joking a little bit. Austin Orr with Shutout Racing. No livery for him today. We'll have to investigate what went wrong with his upload. Chris Russell with Royalty Racing. And right behind him is Clayton Pilsinger with his very Canadian livery, calling it Mick Canada. Love to see it. And then right beside him, Kyle White with a very American livery, and his name being Mick Americano. Love it. Mick Canadian, Mick Americano. Johnny DeMarchi in a McLaren for Tolman Motorsports. I think that's a base game. I'm 100% sure though. Cooper Tokini in the bright pink Aston. Robbie Daniel in P18 with the McLaren as well. Ian Luscombe with a pink and red Alpine. No team name there, just running as himself. Bonus Charles in that bright green Janetta. Mama Africa Motorsports. A lot of bright colors here in the GT4 cars, so this will be pretty exciting. You'll be able to pick them up pretty easily. There are also the blue dots on your screen. Tanner Sudi in P21. Didn't have the greatest qualifying session, but here we go. And Joseph Stalley starting from the pits in his little Rexy. So we're coming around the final turn. It looks like Tyler McCullough also got bounced to the pits. Not sure what happened there. But yeah, we're going to go up to the helicam to the front runners as they form up coming around the final two turns. Again, guys, if you haven't already, please give us a follow on Kick. And please open up that stream to help us get going on that platform. We need 75 followers before we can monetize that. And if you're also interested, hit up that Patreon link I just dropped in the chat a moment ago and help us that way. League management is getting a little expensive, and we want to make sure we get the best experience. And hopefully by next season or the season after, we can start giving out monetary prizes to our winners. So check us out there, and the Discord link will be there to follow soon. We are crossing the line, green light, and away we go. We are watching from the helicam just to see if anything exciting happens at the front. Two McLaren side by side into T1. Oh, not giving a lot of room, but it's still clean. Dipping into the grass a little bit, a little sketchy, but they are just neck and neck. Going to be pretty even going to T1. A little bit of contact, but nothing major. No big issues there. Still side by side. Wow, this is crazy. I don't even want to look at anything else on the track right now because the two front runners are battling right from the start. These guys want it equally as bad. Respectful racing between the two of them. Keeping enough space. The Fear Nothing car getting a little bit forceful with the space, but still clean and fair from both these drivers. And the Fear Nothing may actually take it here. Oh, but Castro takes it on the outside with more pace. This is crazy, guys. I don't even know what's happened at the back of the track yet because I can't leave this. So Castro takes it, and now he's in P1 officially again. What a crazy start to the race, guys. I cannot believe that we just watched that. I see there's an overtake here with Will Seward and Nightshade, so there's a little bit of battle there between those two as well. And Seward seems to run away with it a little bit. Nightshade may have just given that up because it was a bit too sketchy. Robert Logan close behind, so Nightshade's going to have to defend his fellow Brit. And just so you guys are aware, this is a 25-minute race, one of two races, so those qualifying sessions really mattered for both of the races. We're going to go back to the top just to see what the gap is here. So not much of a gap, actually. They're pretty close, and we're going to throw on the full tower now. What a start to that race, guys. And it seems pretty clean, but looks like we have an incident. 71 off the track of Will Seward. Very unfortunate, now looking for a safe place to rejoin. Fortunately, that turn is fairly safe, but he was respectful and waited a lot longer than he actually probably should have. Let's see what happened to him. Let's see if we can just grab a quick replay. So after the turn, coming from the bridge, he goes there, and it looks like it may have been self-inflicted because, yep, yeah, he just overshot that turn a little bit, and that's a bit unfortunate. Ooh, that is almost a sketchy, unfortunate rejoin, but he managed to catch it, spinning all the way around 360 and back on track. So he's back in it, but that's not a great start to this short race. This is a sprint to the end, no pit stops, no mandatory pit stops. They are allowed to pit, however. Clayton Philsinger leading the pack of GT4s by quite a little bit. His buddy there, Kyle White, fairly close behind. I'm sure he's been getting some training, so that's pretty cool to see. Utilizing all of the track, and Kyle White definitely using him to mirror those moves and try and get as much out of that little GT4 as he can. So just so you guys are aware, we're actually using, I'll show you very quickly so you can see the values. We are using pit skill balance of performance in our race because truthfully, LFM is just too expensive. Oh, car off track there. Let's go check that out. Chris Russell, unfortunately, has made friends with that wall. Coming out of the turn from under the bridge, waiting for the safe rejoin past Luscombe, and there he goes. A lot of guys really sticking their necks out in this race because no one wants to mess this up. Each race is half points. So you have to come in P1 in both races to get those 50 points that you normally get for coming in first. And now he's going to have to fight past that GT4. Let me go back to him. So Chris Russell, number 73. Let's check that replay to see how he hit that wall. Oh, we're not getting the whole replay, unfortunately. I guess he just spun out, which is too bad. Abdul, I love ORL. Abdul, you should totally comment that in the kick chat, because we definitely need some more participation there. 21 watching on YouTube and 14 on kick, which is awesome. Thank you guys very much for being here with us tonight. Looks like there is another incident. Stally may have had a little off-track action there. Let's grab a quick replay of him. And he's just getting overtaken. Yeah, off the track. Unfortunately, Rexy trying to snack on some grass in the middle of the race. No, Rexy, not the time for a snack, buddy. And he's... Oh, is he going to the wall? That might have been the case, yeah. So, not a good start for some of these guys. Like we said, 2 25-minute races back-to-back. Another battle for P1. You're absolutely right. I should be checking on that as well. Lots of battles on track right now, too. It's kind of crazy. Justin, you should also take a look at the kick chat, which I will link in the chat. Let's check us out on Kick, those of you watching on YouTube. Alright, so P1, P2, absolutely running away with it. So I know I shouldn't be saying this on the live stream, but these guys might be good contenders to be bumped up to the amateur class by the next round. Who knows what will happen there. Let's go take a look at the next battle here between Carr and Sprick. See Sprick come on the screen in just a second, I'm sure. There they are, and then actually Rudenko right behind them in the Ferrari. So these guys are fighting now for 4th, it looks like. 3rd place, Josh Grush, is a little bit ahead. So he's kind of comfortable sitting where he is. 18 minutes on the clock for race 1 of the 2. A little bit of grass touching there. It's a risky track to be playing with grass. Yeah, it just kind of sucks you right in, unfortunately. Gotta love to see 3 cars in the top 5. Absolutely, man. That's pretty awesome. Obviously, you guys are doing well. Ooh, off track there for Rudenko. Really, really off track. Just trying to... Ooh, that was... Oh my gosh, that rejoin was almost bad. Very blurry video. EDU subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much. What do you mean blurry? Is the stream blurry? Is on my previews, and I have them on multiple locations, are crystal clear. So just check your connection, maybe refresh the stream. Also, you can check it out on Kick using the link above. I Fear Nothing Moto dominating the top of this track. Gonna look again at the top. We're good there. So let's just do a run through as we are kind of 2/5 away into the race, give or take. Yeah, I think it just depends on the connection. On my end, it's fine, and I'm running it in a couple different places just to make sure it's clear. So typically I can see if it's not, but yeah, it should be alright. Should be alright. 15 on Kick and 22 watching on YouTube. Please hit that thumbs up button, guys, on YouTube if you are watching. Love to see that increase a little bit there. So we got Castro in P1 with Nani right behind him. Josh Grush in P3, quite a distance away. So those guys in P1 and 2 are really boogieing. Tavi, Clayton and Kyle, White 1, 2, and GT4. Claymore Racing represent absolutely Abdul. And Abdul, you should totally check us out on Kick, bro. It's Tavi Sprick in P4. Tyler Carr. I guess, Sean, you're his brother, if I had to take a guess? Brother, cousin, father, I don't know. Supporting your buddies. I appreciate it either way. Austin Orr in P6, fighting with Rudenko, who went off track. So we know Rudenko's got the pace. He's just got to figure out a way to get past him in the next 15 minutes. Robert Logan not too far behind, and then behind him is Nightshade. Nightshade must have done his typical off-track scenario, as I think he's faster than Logan on a lap-by-lap. Tavi Sprick off, unfortunately. That is a Fear Nothing car. Not having a good day and spinning out. Take it easy on the throttle there, buddy. Want to rejoin safely, don't want to resave jointly. Tyler McCullough looks like he might actually take the position away from his teammate there. Tanner in P11. Sean Carr, the father of the year, watching his boy race. I appreciate that, man. That's super cool. Welcome to the stream. Sorry if it's blurry for you, but I'm really, really glad that you are here to support. Love when I see family members here in the chat cheering on their whatever. In this case, your son. You have brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins chime in, girlfriends, boyfriends. So yeah. All right, that must be a commentator curse for Tanner. Unfortunately, just all over the walls. Not loving that car. Picked the hardest car in the game, really, to drive as a rookie, which is not my best suggestion. Clayton Filsinger leading the GT4s with Kyle White chasing closely behind. Chris Russell having to make up some positions from going off track. Same with Will Seward, both near the back. Oh, as we caught Seward spinning out. A lot of spin outs. This track is very demanding. Cooper getting an overtake there. So I just saw Chris Russell, and he's got Stally right behind him. Yeah, it is. So Stally's in last, unfortunately, and he looks like he's about a lap down. So he's got a lot of ground to make up for, and he's got a bit of a rough go at it. But next round, he will not be serving a start from pits. Going back up to, I think it was Chris Russell here, then Cooper Tokini right below him on the standings, and 15th in the GT4. Johnny DeMarchi chasing down Cooper in 16th. Will Seward in 17th overall. Everyone's favorite late Apex lottery. Yeah, pretty much, man. So many cars going off track, but it's a very narrow track, so I was expecting it. Yeah, I mean, this is not an easy track. I will say, admittedly, as the one who kind of spearheaded the track selection, it is a difficult season. It's a very, very difficult season. Very bumpy out there. Yeah, Justin, it's typical British track, man. It's rough. It's a typical British GT track. So yeah, bonus Charles, P18, Ian Luscombe, P19, Robbie Daniel, or in the game Robbie Sorta Asian, in P20, and Zoik Jean in P21. Looking here, there's a bit of a battle between, well, not a battle I should say, but Johnny getting taken over by the GT3, which is, you know, bound to happen. GT3s are much faster. For those of you that aren't aware, we have the multi-class going on here. So GT4s and GT3s, and GT4s are pretty fun. They are a little bit slower. They have less aero. They're about 100 horsepower less on average. They don't have as much aerodynamic control. It's mostly mechanical grip for them, but they handle really well. You can really throw them around the track, and they make for great battling. So how we run this operation here is the GT3s are run by the rookie drivers, and they get to kind of experience what it's like to race against other cars. And then with the GT4s on the track, they can experience what it's like to overtake cars. So they can learn all this stuff very, very safely. And then the experienced drivers are driving the GT4 cars, so they can handle being overtaken and being a little bit more mindful of their space. As you can see right there, Cooper getting taken over, excuse me, by Will. So yeah, it's really, really a good, like, beginner-friendly experience. And then it's just fun for the experienced drivers to be able to have the challenge of being the slower class in a multi-class scenario. So this is a really great opportunity to get multi-class racing introduced into the league, and then also have the rookies get their practice in. So it's kind of like a double-edged, or no, two birds with one stone type of thing. So yeah, really, really exciting. Unfortunately, I'm not able to race it this season because I'm doing this whole commentating thing. If you guys are interested in commentating in ORL, please reach out. We are looking for commentators. It is probably the most short-handed job we have at the moment on our team. There's only 2 of us, and I will give a lot of credit to the main commentator, Nate Schreiber, who does a lot of the work, and I just try and fill in when I can. So looking at the standings here, Castro is really running away with it. Nani is a little bit behind, stuck behind a GT4, so he's going to have to do some work to try and even catch up. GT4 cooperating with an overtake there. That was very, very clean. Big shout out to both of those drivers there. Yeah, Snetterton is not an easy track, as some of the guys in the chat were mentioning. It makes for... Ooh, that was close for the leader there. Side by side with Luscombe. It is up to the GT3 car to perform a safe overtake. GT4s have the right to any line they choose, as long as they're being predictable and not interfering. So that was pretty close. Typically, you'll see a lot of the GT4 guys just give it up, but some do hold their position as, you know, as they're entitled to. A lot of blue flags flying from the marshals. That's just what happens as this race goes on. GT3s will eventually overtake all the GT4s. They are on this track, they are in and around 7 to 8 seconds faster, depending on the skill level of the drivers. So on a track that is less than 2 minutes, you will see some overtakes happen. And then for all the guys that have spins and such. So we're 8 minutes left into race 1 of 2. And the track has gotten pretty messed up. Got a couple penalties there, one for Nightshade for 10 seconds and one for Jean for 10 seconds. And I can actually, you guys give me a quick moment here, I'll tell you exactly what they are. Pulling out my stewarding cheat sheet here. So for car number 424, the 10-second was for a dive on turn 2 and steals 2 positions. 10-second for 77 has not been posted yet. Got a couple other penalties coming through. McCullough getting a drive-through. Is there a reason why the slower cars start first? I'm not sure what you mean by that. You mean out of the 2 races? Or the qualifying session? If you're talking about the qualifying, what we do is we put the experienced guys out first in a qualifying session. This way, because they know how to do all their setups really quickly, they don't have any like rush to panic and all that. But then we send the GT3s out in the second half of qualifying so that they have the 10 minutes to kind of like mentally prepare and also check that their setups are done properly. Experienced drivers have more experience and they can just jump out there very quickly, where the rookies need a bit more time. If you're talking about between the 2 races that are happening tonight, Split A and Split B, there is nothing to do with skill. It's all about the driver's preferred start time. So some of the guys wanted to start at 8:30 Eastern, and some of the guys wanted to start at 9:30 Eastern because, you know, some West Coast drivers, East Coast drivers. So we let them pick, because at the end of the day, the standings are an overall standing. So each split, they're actually still kind of competing with each other in the rookie side. So all the GT3 rookies will be based on their finishing time. and same with the GT4s. So it's just a way to split it up, because originally we had over 50 cars on track in the first round, and we were unfortunately not able to accommodate everyone. So we've now split them up so that way when there's, you know, 20, well, right now there's 22 cars total in the race. But we had to unfortunately leave some people out in the first round, so this way we can fill them. Most of the tracks in this game only allow for 50 cars to be on the track in one session. So when we hit 50, we had to unfortunately exclude some people, so we decided to split it up, and it was only based on preferred start time. It was not based on skill at all. The only thing that's based on skill is our experienced Pro and Am drivers are allowed to race in this race as GT4s, and all new or low-level drivers have to start in the rookie race before they get bumped up, so that way we can judge their skill. And for the guys that outperform, we can take them and move them into the Am class out of this championship completely, and then they can compete more at their level. I hope that was a good enough explanation. Feel free to ask me more questions if you haven't. I'm happy to answer. I know it's a lot to take in. 3.5 minutes left of race 1. And Austin Orr. Oh no, we're looking at Nightshade's front bumper. My apologies. Just move to the TV cams. Ian Luscombe just got overtaken by Gene, it looks like. And just back to the penalties. Looks like we have, so the 10-second for Nightshade was making contact with 73, resulting in a spin for car 73. And then that 15-second you see on the board was for car 10, obviously Rudenko. He looks like, it sounds like he dove in on 424, causing him to spin out 424. So, yep, a little bit of a weird attempt to pass by Will Seward on Kyle White. Remembering that the GT4s do have the right to the line, so Will's going to have to wait for a straightaway here, which he's found, to perform that safe overtake. Sean Carr, thank you. No problem, man. I hope that was a good enough explanation. A little bit of a bottleneck there between two GT4s for Rudenko, and is that car ahead of him. So they're going to be battling, and in theory the GT4 should be letting them both past as it is a battle. And they're going under the bridge, which is one of the tougher points of this track. 1.5 minutes to go in this first race, guys. So we'll see if Rudenko can get a pass on. It won't make much difference because he's got 15 seconds, but it's still nice to get an overtake when you can. As you can see, there's a huge disparity of skill in the rookies. Stally in the back of the pack. You know, some of the guys, when they're new to the game, they don't have the greatest lap times out there, but obviously he's kept trucking on and he's not given up, which I have great respect for guys who do not quit out of races. I think it's crazy when people do that. Now, people will just, no. Some guys out there, they'll get a track cut and get a drive-through penalty, and then they'll just kind of quit. And it's nice to see guys who actually commit to the full race, finish as best they can, and especially this week, since there's 2 back-to-back races, they have a chance to try again in the race right following. So we'll see if the grid is any different. Last lap here, we're going to go and check out the leaders. Looking at Castro at the front, pretty significant gap, but it looks like Nani and Grush have not too much. Oh wait, no, that's not. Who is that behind him? 73. So it's actually Russell. So Russell's been lapped. Yeah, so it seems as though Castro is outpacing everyone, which is awesome to see. And he's crossing the line now, coming P1 in race 1. Right behind him is Natty, who is kind of being held up by, who is that? Seward, I think. And then we have Grush coming around the final turn. With the checkered flag waving for him. In P3, Tyler Carr coming down the straight with Rudenko not too far behind him. That'll be a 4-5 for those guys. Big swerve. Saying good job to the guy behind. Rudenko, P5. Austin Orr coming around that last turn as well. Down the straight. Hard to give everyone love as they come across the line, guys. I apologize for that, but trying to do as best I can. Nightshade there in the background. In P7. Sprick already crossed the line. And McCullough coming next. And then we got Tanner crossing the line now. P10 and Robert Logan still a ways behind, but he's on the lead lap, it seems. Everyone who finished below Robert, I believe, is actually not on the lead lap. And Stally's actually crossing the line right now. Just give him a quick little bit of love there because I love that livery, the Rexy livery, which you see in IMSA. And there's Robert Logan crossing the line now. So there you guys go. Just going to go on a brief intermission and we'll be back for race 2 in just a moment. Alright guys, we are back and just about to move off the line for race 2. Thank you guys for all sticking around. We have 22 watching on YouTube. Kick has gone down a little bit. If you guys don't mind checking us out on Kick, that would be awesome. So we're just going around the formation lap now. Same starting order as last race, and everyone's got a little bit more experience now. And I don't know what we're going to see from the front runners. Like last race, there was a nice clean battle starting it off. So yeah, we'll find out in a moment what's going on there. Love seeing the clean starts. And just dropping a message in the chat there. You guys can check us out on Kick. If you're watching from YouTube, check out our Patreon. And check out the Discord if you're interested in joining the league. If you're watching this, we are happy to have you. We are in the middle of Sector 2, so we still have a moment to go here. Looks like the stream delay is actually really good this week, just looking from my own personal side here. The cars are almost in the same spot as my own personal stream. But yeah. Any questions about the league, guys, feel free to ask them in the chat. Check out our sponsors as well. You can see them cycling on the bottom left of your screen, right by our logo. One of our favorite, or one of my personal favorite ones, is Go Setups. They create racing setups for the cars in the game. And they are, in my personal opinion, probably the best setups you can really get. And they have a really, really good platform. Richard, how do you join this fine community? Well, by checking that link I just posted above your comments. I guess maybe you just hopped into the chat, and thank you for being here. But yeah, I just posted the Discord link right above your name. So it looks like everyone's forming up again. You got Derek Anderson in the chat. Derek Anderson, longtime member of Odyssey Racing League and a very fast driver who just got bumped up to the pro class this season. He beat me a couple times. I was not happy about that. Yeah, you can join this community by following that link right there. And it looks like we are about to go green, so I'll just hop on to the front runners again. And hopefully we see some wicked action like we just did. Pro since Season 9. Green light, away we go. Castro and Nani again. Side by side, going down the start straight. Let's see who runs away with it. Oh, big move from Nani and kind of loses it. Holds it together, but oh no, there's contact between Rudenko and Carr. These guys are getting too bold. Where is that? Oh, big incident, big incident. Oh, big crashes. That is not a good way to start this race. Not a good way to start the race, guys. Wow, I couldn't even call that. So yeah, that's a restart. Yeah, so that's a sudden restart. They're supposed to let the drivers know. And I would love to have pulled up a replay. But I guess I won't be able to do that now. So yeah, unfortunately, it's a big restart there. That's a red flag. The guys got a little bit jumpy going into turn 1, so we're going to have this restart now. Unfortunately. It's a tough track. You should have seen the start of the first race, man. It was crazy close between the first two drivers.
10 seconds.
Alright, they are going out on the formation lap now. Guys, if you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button on the YouTube video. Try and help us get some more attention on that platform. So doing another formation lap here. We'll just let the auto cam show off some of the guys. But yeah, we have our sponsors are listed in the Discord server. We have Ghost Setups. They are, like I mentioned before, the best setups for ACC. We have an affiliate link with them. We have a good relationship. They are some of the fastest drivers make those setups, and yeah, we all use them. They're just fantastic. Most of the guys out here even are starting to use them, the rookies, because they're realizing that that's how some of the fast guys get some good times. We also have Track Racer, the best rigs you can get. We also have an affiliate link with those guys as well. And a couple other honorable mentions. We have the Motor Racing Checklist by Suelo Almeida. It is a course as well as coaching for esports racing. He is one of the best esports racers out there, competing in all sorts of levels and championships, mostly iRacing Porsche Cup Series. Lots of victories under his belt, over 2,000 coaching hours in, so he's got some experience, and he teaches professionals how to race. Also a real racing driver himself, and we have a 15% off discount with him. You can check that out in the Discord. Actually, let me grab the link to that one, because that's important. That's anyone who's watching who wants to get better at sim racing. I really suggest this one. I can't suggest it enough because it really is probably one of the best things we got going. I'll send both. So you got the Motor Racing Checklist on the first link, and then you have Go Setups for the second link. Some of my favorite things. I've used them both, and I think they are very valuable. So yeah, check those out. And we are coming up to the finish line. I'm gonna get his book. You do, and use that link, Justin. Make sure you use that link, because it'll make you faster. And support the league. And we are green, and away we go. A drive-through off the start for Nani, but we're gonna see how they perform right at the front of the track. Side by side again, just like last race, keeping it clean. Looks like the rest of the pack had a pretty good run at it, and it looks like Castro is gonna, ooh, a switchback, and a couple cars go wide into turn 2. One car is backwards. Looks like a bit of a pileup. These guys are just all over the place. I don't think they're going to be calling a red flag again, but yeah, not a great start for some of these guys near the back. Will Seward not having a good start to this race and didn't have the best start to last race. We'll see how it goes. There is still going to be a bit of traffic and these guys will be able to catch up, but who knows how long that'll last. So, unfortunate start for some of the guys, but Nani takes the lead with Castro actually falling a little bit behind this time. So we're going to see how this plays out. Not sure if I missed any contact or anything, but definitely an exciting start to the race. And looks like there's a bit of spacing out happening near the back. And maybe an incident there with Nightshade. Maybe a little off track. Self-inflicted. I don't see anyone else around him. And Charles goes off. Looks like Will Seward maybe went off a little bit too. Tanner. Hard to keep track of, but yeah. Someone dived T2. Yeah, well, so we caught the tail end of that. And Charles is off in the background. And he jumped into the pits, just not the race start he wanted. Let's go see if I can catch what happened at turn 1 and 2. Looks like this is it right here. Oh yeah, a Fear Nothing car. Too many of those guys on track. Slowing a couple others down. Will getting spun backwards. A Porsche backwards. Oh, and we just come into the frame with Russell spinning backwards. A lot of action in this race. Yeah, it's hard to call it all, guys, but we're going to see a lot of penalties come in, I'm sure, for this round. Nani with a drive-through. Not sure if that's from a start procedure or what, but that's going to impact him for sure. Got to take it easy on lap 1. Derek, we tell you guys how many, I'll let you guys answer the question. How often do we tell you guys to take it easy on lap 1? I won't even, you know, manipulate the answer here. You guys just tell me, how many times do we tell you to take it easy in the lap 1? Justin, hard task for some. Absolutely, man. I don't really understand it. It's such a simple concept. You will not win the race on lap 1. Scream that from the back of the room. I can't make folks listen to you, Richard. Hey, Neil did it this time, but I did hear him say something to that effect. It is what it is. Unfortunately, Will Seward not having a great race in the back there. He's off track again. And it looks like his car might have some damage. I'm not sure. It's kind of wobbling on the track there, and I know my connection is good. Unless you are Joel. Well, Joel listens. I'll tell you what. And I was looking at the front of the pack. Looks like Castro has taken that P1 back. Nani in second place has to do a drive-through. If he doesn't do it next lap, I think that might be it. A stop-go 10 for Will Seward. Yikes. That is not what you want to see in a 25-minute race, guys. That is a heavy, heavy, heavy penalty. I can't repeat the word heavy enough. So stop and go 10. I don't know what it was for yet, but as soon as I find out, I'll tell you guys. But that is, yeah, it's not a chill penalty to receive. Drive-through penalty for 404, and that is going to be for an unsafe re-entry into car 26. And unfortunately, I think car 26 has left this session. It's unfortunate, guys. You should never leave one of our races in ORL because the top 20 drivers of the class do walk away with points. So there are 21 cars on track now. 6 of them are GT4s, which means all of the GT3s are going to get points. All of them. Same with the GT4s. So you don't want to leave a race. If you're in GT4, you come 7th place. You're pretty high up in the points. Like I said, there's 20 that can get points. So there's no reason to leave the race. And then Austin Orr going to take over, doing an overtake on Kyle White. And Nani looks like he served his drive-through and actually came out in a pretty good spot in P6. Now he's going to be fighting his teammate Tyler McCullough for P5. We'll see how it goes here, if they fight or if they let each other by. Who knows what will happen. Looks like he's moving out of his way, but also just looks like maybe he's faster. Hard to tell. Hard to tell. Yeah, if you guys haven't already, please hit the thumbs up button on the YouTube video. I don't think anyone has, unless my browser is not refreshing. Just going to give a little refresh to myself here. It said 4 for me. Oh, it says 19 now, so yeah, I just have to refresh my browser. Sorry about that, guys. Thank you very much for supporting ORL with a 19 thumbs up on this video. That's almost everyone watching. So really, really awesome. It's at 20. Okay, so I just need to refresh it again. Maybe some guy named Derek just hit that button. So Kyle White off and Nightshade off. So I wonder if we missed something there. Let's check it out real quick. Did Nightshade hit Kyle White? Let's see what happens here. Ooh, yes he does. Big bump, Nightshade. You know better than that, my man. Not a good move there. That's going to be a penalty for sure. Seen some other penalties come in, so let's just read them out to you guys right now. Don't have the explanations yet, sorry, we'll get to that in a moment. So we got 24 watching on YouTube, 10 on Kick. Guys, if you're watching on YouTube and haven't checked it out on Kick yet, please do. It's a great platform. Trying to be one of the first leagues to get going on there. There's the link there if you want to jump on over and give us a follow. We need 75 followers to monetize. Nightshade, you biscuit. Yep, the Brit is a biscuit. Yeah, he'll learn from that. He's going to get a nice penalty at some point from those stewards, I'm sure. So the leader, Castro, absolutely running away with it. Tyler Carr in second place this time, doing pretty well. 2 McLarens, actually almost all, or like, is everyone driving McLaren? We got 6, 7, 8 GT3 McLarens and 4 GT4 McLarens. So yeah, McLaren's the popular car this time. For those of you that don't know, with the update that we were talking about earlier with the new GT2 car pack, today we got a big update for balance of performance in this game. So a lot of the cars have different weights to make them a little bit more compatible with each other. McLaren's had a bit of a boost for the past couple months, but it seems like they have hopefully fixed all those issues. Jan Macas, yeah, too many McLarens, man, way too many. It's what I'm kind of weird in the sense that I really don't like the thing that's popular, no matter what it is, whether it's TV shows or it's cars on the track or whatever the next big thing is, and I can't stand seeing more McLarens. Yay, Lexus, Julius Tan, yes, guy. Absolutely. And I'm running the GTR, going for that JDM. Alright, so let's see if we have any update on those penalties. Not quite yet. I'm sure we'll get them before the end of the race. 15 minutes left in this race. Need some more Beetles. Hey, look, there are 4 Porsches out there. None of them are GT4s, so that's a pretty good turnout, considering there's 21, I think 15 GT3s. Yeah. So almost a third of the GT3s are Porsches, half of them are McLarens, then you have a couple Ferraris and a BMW to thin out the herd. Really only 4 makes out there in this race. We'll see if Split B is any different. Julius Tan, if you haven't already, man, hit the thumbs up on the YouTube video and also check out our stream on Kick and give us a follow there. We need to get 75 before we monetize. Clayton going off into the grass and spinning, almost spinning. Seems to recover in the background there, as you can see. We'll just check out what happened to him there. Not ideal. Looks like the moving under brake in there. I think, is that, I don't know who that was. Was that McCullough? And moving under braking really psyched out Clayton, and he had to, you know, force himself out of the way, which is pretty unfortunate. I don't know if the stewards will catch that because it's not a contact incident, but I'm sure we'll see a report about that in the post-race incidents. Tanner getting an overtake done on the GT4s. On screen there, going under the bridge. "13 minutes left in the race." So for those of you who are chiming in late, who maybe don't know what the heck is going on here, we have a race, double sprint, 225 minutes. This is race 2, mixed class GT3s and GT4s. The GT3s are driven by all new members of ORL as well as rookie drivers. It's a way to decide what level they're racing at and bump them if we need to the Pro or AM classes. And the GT4s are driven by our current Pro and AM drivers, so they have their own championship going on at the same time. 2 splits, so there's 2 events back to back. Both of them have 2 races, 25 minutes this week. Every week we have a different race format. So they have 2 chances to get half points. Lid, Tan, you silly Billy, yep. How about you both head over to the Kick stream and give us a follow there, and also hit the thumbs up on the YouTube video. Looks like we have a good hunk of likes on this. It says 19 for me, but if you guys both hit the thumbs up, we'll be at 21 or 22 depending. Some of the penalties explanations have come in. So there was a drive-through for car 35. It was for dive bombing car 10 at turn 2 and resulting car 10 to lose multiple positions. A stop and go 10 for 71 for missing the brake point into turn 2 and takes out 2 cars while trying to avoid other cars. That seems like a long explanation, but yeah, essentially took out 2 cars. 404 got a drive-through for an unsafe re-entry into car 26. Unfortunately, car 26 did leave the session, but 404 is there and served the penalty. Car 52 got a minor unsafe re-entry at turn 2, causing car 150 or 169 and 71 to collide. That was a 15-second penalty there. We also issued a warning to 404 for dive bombing a GT4 car and causing minor collision. 77 got the penalty for failing to brake behind car 251 at turn 6, but they lowered the penalty for waiting. 17 got a dive bombing penalty for 10 seconds and resulting in both him and 227 going off track. They lowered the penalty because the 17 gave a position back. 77 repeat offense, hitting a blue flagged car. Not a good look for car 77. I'll tell you a little secret. Car 77 always tells us about how clean the driving is, but 2 penalties in a row makes you question the cleanliness of that driver. Big penalties though, so there's definitely going to be some unfortunate instances coming up. Good little battle between these two. Well, actually, it's a Ferrari and a McLaren. Looks like. That's Nani, and I believe that is. Oh no, it's not a battle. This is a blue flag. Yeah, that was throwing me off because I didn't see any Ferraris in the top. So that was a. That could actually end up being a penalty. Was that? Yeah, that was a bit of a holdup, I would say. I would not be surprised if it's Sprick, I believe, or no, Nani, if he submits an incident report for that, because it should have been a lot easier for him to overtake that blue flag car. Rui Castro has a 15-second lead on the rest of the pack, guys. That's just insanity. Yeah, you really got to be pacing very well for that to happen. So he's going to be getting a lot of blue flags coming up in this next little bit. Looks like he might be catching up to a little group of GT4s in the next probably half a minute to a minute. This group of GT4s actually right here is the one I'm talking about. Yeah, Clayton, Kyle, and Cooper with Nightshade behind them. So Nightshade having a penalty already for disrupting some blue flag cars. We'll see how it goes, passing 3 GT4s in a row. So we'll just actually hop on board with Nightshade and see how this goes for a moment. You gotta drive easy because these cars, like I said, are averaging like 7-8 seconds slower per lap. So Nightshade's gonna have to wait for the opportune moment to try and pass. And because those 3 are in a battle for P1 in their class, Nightshade's gotta be very careful about how he performs his overtake. Coming up to a straightaway right now, so there's gonna be an opportunity to get at least 2 of them, I would say, as long as he doesn't slip on that turn, which he just did. He may not actually have enough time or pace to make it happen. Hopefully he takes it easy going into this turn and have another little bit of a straightaway here to get it done. Being overly cautious, actually almost annoyingly overly cautious. Because I'd love to see these positions get taken and have Nightshade run away with it before he gets blue flagged himself. So there's a double blue flag situation happening here. Castro right behind Nightshade. And Nightshade trying to find the overtaking position on these 3 GT4s. Oh, that way too lenient there. But let's look on the spoiler of Kyle White. You see that lineup there? So battles are typically priority to blue flag situations. So Clayton's going to be losing it there to a GT3, but the GT3 of Castro is going to have a chance to take all these guys. Nightshade still coasting behind. Really should get it done though. Castro being patient there, looking for the right time. They're on the straightaway now. I think I saw a flash there, so that just means that he's ready to overtake. Clean pass there. Nightshade still being held up by the GT4s. And the GT4 battle for the leader is getting pretty intense. You know, these 3 guys here in a row. They have 5 minutes left. Clayton has 5 minutes to try and get it done. Clayton is typically a lot faster, so I'm wondering if Clayton is driving around this track with a little bit of damage and doing his best to hold up. Nightshade trying to find the place to poke his nose in, but just having no luck with it. Almost a full lap stuck behind the GT4s and no opportunity to get an overtake done. And we have car of Tanner Sudi. Let's go here. Catching up to Nightshade now. So this guy's going to find an opportunity to pass for sure. Oh, this is a bit of a dive. takes Clayton out completely, that's going to be a very hefty penalty. I don't even know how I'd react to that. If I was Clayton, man, I'd be pretty upset. Let's see if I can grab a replay of that right now. So you see the Porsche behind Nightshade there. I'm not sure exactly when this is going to happen. I believe it's at the end of this straight. Completely outbreaks. Yeah, so Clayton has had a bit of a rough go at this race. Now there's a bit of a gap there. I'm sure we're going to see a penalty come in a moment. Yeah, ouch is right, Justin. You know, Clayton's had a lot of bad luck lately, and he's one of the cleanest drivers that ORL has probably ever seen, or one of the. He's gotten into a few incidents that I think are just absolutely unbelievable. Obviously, the Porsche there didn't see the braking point following Nightshade, but it's one of those things. It's a rookie move, you know. That's why we have this race. Pull the rookies out of the higher level championships. They can learn how to navigate tracks, how to navigate other cars. In this case, perform safe overtakes. Looks like Logan got a pass on Nightshade. I'm not sure if Nightshade's just playing it safe to not get any more penalties. But Logan overtaking. Still struggling to get past him, so I don't know if I want to spend the rest of the race following these guys. I don't know if you guys are interested in this battle or not. But Kyle White is starting to run away with it, and Cooper has fallen back when Clayton... Ooh, that was close from Logan. On the backside of Filsinger there. Logan's got to be careful because I think if Clayton gets hit again, he might just quit the league. Logan trying to find the inside pass on Clayton. Not being fearful of it. Nightshade giving up another position back there. Logan trying to find an overtaking point on Cooper. So there's some action happening here now. Very fortunate. Nightshade letting cars by. Clayton struggling to keep up with Cooper. Logan's going to find a chance here to take Cooper's position because it is a straightaway. And it looks like, I think that might be Carr behind Clayton is going to try and find that position. Hopefully he's got enough time on the straight, maybe not. Flashing his lights to say he wants to pass, but doesn't quite have the pace to make it happen. And as we mentioned to these guys in the past, you're only supposed to flash if you're certain you're going to make the overtake on that turn. And I could tell from just that helicopter cam that that wasn't going to happen. Robert Logan gets past Kyle White, so he's clear of that three-way battle. And we still have a minute and a half to go. So this three-way battle is kind of more important than anything else on the track at this point. There's no gaps that are even comparable. There is one here near the back between these two. But this is a three-way here between the GT4s. Clayton going for the inside pass on Cooper side by side around turn 1. Clayton takes it. So Clayton now in P2 in his class. And now he's going to try and catch up to his good buddy Kyle White. Nightshade taking that turn too deep and going into the grass in the background there. I'm not sure if you guys saw that or not, but I don't want to leave this here. Clayton's got this lap, and this lap only, I think, to make this happen. I don't know if there's enough time for Castro to finish this lap and do another one. Yeah, I don't think there's enough time at all, so Clayton's got to get it done now or never. GT3 passing him, got to stay in that draft. Clayton flashing his lights, he's not really happy about that move. He's interrupting a, maybe not a close battle, but now this guy's going to try and get past Kyle, and maybe that'll set Clayton up for an opportunity. So Kyle gets passed by a GT3, and now Clayton is trying to get into the draft. Left the door open. Yeah, man, I mean, it does happen. It is tough. It is tough, but We'll see if we can get it done in this last sector here. I don't want to miss the finish, so let's just check out Castro real quick, because he comes down the straight, finishing this race in a dramatic lead of 20 seconds. And the next one is going to be Robert Logan crossing the line, but I don't really want to miss this really close battle here. Clayton is just about there. Coming around the last turn, will Clayton get the proper exit he needs? Not quite. It looks like that Kyle is going to remain P1 in the class, flashing his lights. Catching that on stream. Robert Logan already crossing the line. So there you have it, guys. Tyler Carr P2. Usama Nani in P3. Sprick in P4. McCullough crossing the line in just a second here in P5. Good race from those guys. Rudenko P6. Stally will be coming around in a moment for P7. Josh Grush will be in P8. Austin Orr will be coming in P9. Chris Russell P10. Robert Logan P11 already in the pits. Kyle White, Clayton Philsinger making up your top two of the GT4s. Will Seward P14. And Cooper Tokini will be in P3 of the GT4s. Close battle for the GT4s. Man, it was a wicked battle. I didn't want to leave it. But there you have it, guys. That is, I believe, everyone now. So we are going to just pause it for a moment and come back with a quick interview.
I'm not myself. There's no one I can turn to. All the feelings that we share are in the past. Your relationships are never meant to last.
Hey dude. Hello. Let me just
Your relationships are never meant to last. It takes to be alright. I'm moving on. Moving on. I know times are tough, but I've had enough. I'm moving on.
Alright, cool. Guys, I'm here with Osama Kanani, and he is, I guess you came in P2 on average probably in this race. How do you feel about the race, man?
Well, it was a little bit of confusion, a little bit of frustration as well, because I mean, I got hit a couple times. I know it's like just usual contact, just racing hard. We gave each other space, but it is what it is. Castro's pace was a bit far ahead, so I couldn't really keep up. I tried to force a mistake in the early stages, but he stood firm. But yeah, I mean, debut race for Odyssey felt really good. I felt I had like a good pace, and yeah, looking forward for the next races.
How did you find the challenge of having two back-to-back races like that?
I mean, I wouldn't say a challenge, honestly, because I'm kind of used to doing long stints. So it's kind of like, you know, two stints with a little bit of a break in between. But yeah, I mean, it's not that hard for me, I guess. Yeah.
All right, fair enough, fair enough. And how did you find the battle? So as I said, you came, I think, average of P2. So you came P2 the first race and P3 the second, or vice versa?
Yeah, it was P2 first race, battled with Castro, tried to get the P1. We were side by side the whole lap. It was very nice. But in the second race, I got a drive through for jumping the start. So I
Yes.
pitted, and yeah, I came back in P5, so I had to climb back all the way back up.
I will say it's going to be displaying on the screen here in a second for the viewers, but that first race, that battle that you guys had, was probably
Yeah.
the most intense thing I've ever seen in all of ORL's history. I've never seen two cars do the whole first sector side by side at the beginning of a race.
It really takes two, honestly, because it really takes two good drivers to give each other good enough space, a lot of respect. Two drivers that know the track, you know,
Yeah.
have practiced both lanes. So, yeah, I mean, I respect him for that. He gave me enough space, and hopefully I gave him enough space as well. So, yeah, it was fun. It was intense. I knew he was faster, so I had to go for it. I had to give him a challenge, and yeah, hopefully go for that P1. I was braking later than him, so I was more confident on the brakes. But yeah, it didn't work out. He went ahead
Yeah.
and he, I think, corkscrew. But yeah.
Yeah, well, it was beautiful racing. You guys did really well. I was really happy to see it. Some of the cleanest and best battling I've seen, like I said, in ORL's history. So, really good work, and congratulations on the results. You did very well, and honestly, I see us bumping you pretty quickly out of the rookie class. So, good job, man. And I'll let you go back into the race VC and enjoy. You can watch the next race in just a moment.
All right, thank you very much. See ya.
All right, let's see if we can grab Kyle White. Kyle White, you are in the commentary booth. How did you feel about that race, man?
Race one, I just wanted to like catch Clayton so bad, and like I kept having to battle the GT3 cars, and it was funny. Our fastest laps were 0.1 off of one another. So like first race was kind of for the most part uneventful, but race two, holy smokes!
Yeah, race two was a bit crazy. I will admit I saw a couple contacts that you guys were in. Clayton had a very, very unfortunate series of events in that race.
Yeah, when I got crashed, my wheelbase got knocked out of alignment. So the whole time I'm driving almost 90 degrees of the wheel to the left. So I had to like alter my hands just to shift. It was horrible. Like I had to relearn my muscle memory in less than a lap. Like if I was gonna stay ahead.
Oh, like your whole steering for the last bit was
Yeah.
off center.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Because I like went to overcorrect so fast that it like, I don't know, it popped it out of alignment.
Damn, dude.
It's
Well,
crazy.
you did well. And I gotta say, just based on what I've seen in the GT4 race today, the break you took didn't matter for your skill. You've come back, and it seems that you've come back stronger than when you left us months ago. So glad to see the improvement, even though you probably aren't feeling maybe as confident. I know often people get that
No.
imposter syndrome.
I'm feeling really good actually. Like
Oh, good.
really good. I want to race tomorrow, but you won't let me.
Right. Well, it's unfortunate how we run things, but yeah.
I know, I'm just messing with you, dude.
But yeah, I'm glad to see how you've been doing, and glad to have you back in the league, doing well. Keeping up with guys like Clayton just shows that you have good groove in you right now. So congratulations on, I guess it's an average of P2 in the class for this race, or did you come P1 for the second race?
I won the second race.
Yeah, won the second race,
What?
P2 the first race.
Yeah, like with the wheel out of alignment, I was like, I'm not afraid of anything now.
There you go. Well, congrats, man. I'll let you back go into the other chat. I feel like Clayton probably doesn't want an interview, but I appreciate your time, man.
Yeah, man, take it easy.
You as well. All right, guys, that was Kyle White. I'll see real quick if Castro or Clayton are available. And then if not, we'll get on to the second race, which I believe has started qualifying already, so we don't want to miss too much of that. Alright, so we're going to pull Clayton up in here now. Clayton, you are in the booth. You had a very, very rough second race, a lot of contacts, but you had a very good first race. How do you feel overall?
Overall, I feel, tired. It was quite a lot of driving and trying to gauge what these GT3s are going to do. You know, some of them dive bombing from a year back. Other ones, you give them the space, and they just don't take it. They just sit behind you, and it's mentally draining.
Right.
I'll say. But overall, it was a good couple of races, especially the three-way battle at the end of the second race there with Cooper and Kyle.
Well, like I said, it was good. It looked good for the first race, especially you and Kyle very close. Kyle's made dramatic improvements. By the way, he was very unconfident coming to this season, but he's keeping up with you, so there's a lot to say there.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to have a playmate for sure.
Yeah, you've been training him in the background?
A little bit, just pointers here and there, not really anything official.
Okay, well, it's still good. But yeah, second race, I guess was a bit frustrating. Did you have a damaged car for a lot of that?
I had a little bit of, I won't say it was damaged so much in the first half until I got sideswiped by the Porsche there going into turn 2. It was just lots of off tracks from being brake checked and dive bombed, pushed off track. So I was just running with dirty tires, and they were getting cold going with all the traffic. So I was doing my best to push, but I didn't have the tires under me.
Well, either way, you had a good result. It was a fun battle to watch at the end. The three of you guys battling for a while, and having a whole bunch of GT3s trying to get in that action as well. But good race from you. The split B race is starting now, so I'm gonna have to let you go. But thanks for the interview, and thanks for the great race as always, man.
All right, enjoy the next race.
Talk to you later. All right, guys. Sorry for that lengthy interview process. The races kind of overlap. Unfortunately, we missed the qualifying session. But here we are. You guys are in the second sector, coming to the third. We'll do a really, really fast grid walk, like the fastest grid walk I have ever done. Just so you guys can see who's here. So we got Kenneth Mateo P1, Gino Tercios in P2, Nate Schreiber P3, Daniel Coelza in P4, Paul in P5, Carvalho in P6, Matt in P7, Nicholas in P8, cutting it short, Richard Ryan Luke in P9, Julius Tan in P10, Christian Julian in P11, Dylan Martin P12, Alexander Taylor in P13, David Dunn in P14, and for the GT4 GT4's got Chase Jones in P15, Phil Carthios in P16, Andreas Miller in P17, Arthur in P18, Neil Barovitz in P19, and Durasso in P20. So now we're going to hop on to the front runners in the Helicam. Sorry if I pronounce any names wrong, or obviously I skipped some of the names because of didn't want to mess around pronouncing them right now, but we'll get to those in a bit. Race 1 of 2, 25-minute sprint here, Odyssey Racing League. This is the good stuff, guys. This is the good stuff right here. We got different cars, same kind of diversity.
Green light.
So we'll see how it goes, and we are green. Good launch from Kenneth right from the start. Good spacing for the rest of the grid. I don't see any big issues coming up. Mid-pack, a little 3 wide there, a little tight, a little bumping maybe there from Ryan Luke, but overall good from all those guys. A little bit of dirt flying in the air, but seems that everyone got out scot-free. A little bit of a turnaround there for the Lamborghini. A couple Ferraris off track. Not 100% sure what happened there, but still lots of time to recover. It's a GT3 going around on the first lap, so I think he'll have a chance to catch up. It is a bit unfortunate to be in that position, but lots of cars to get through, lots of action to be had here tonight in the Split B race. For anyone who is just chiming in, Split B is not any skill disparity, it's just another set of guys who wanted to start in the later half of the night. So, I'm going to throw on the auto cam and let it do its work. From the beginning, 2 BMWs leading the pack. And we are already on the auto cam, so that's my bad. And one of them just went off as I looked away to make the announcement in the Discord. That would be the car of Gino. Unfortunately, let's see what happened to him there. It's a really, really unfortunate way to start the race. He was in the front battling. Let's see what happened here going down the straight towards the bridge. Does he just get out broken? Does he lose the back end? What happens here? And is a contact from Nate. Oh no, that's very unfortunate to see. Nate trying to get out of rookies, but that's not the move, guys. That's not the move. People getting really aggressive into the first turn. That's just kind of how it goes. Ryan Luke driving with a yellow. I'm not sure if he had damage or what. No. There's a little replay for him. Let's see if he maybe got rear-ended here by that pink BMW. Chase Jones, maybe, is that? Kind of hard to see the numbers. Going on the inside, side by side into turn 1. And it looks like, ooh, Ryan squeezing. That's unfortunate. That is definitely not a good move. You do not squeeze people on the inside. That was a fair side by side. And we have Arthur off the track as well. Lots of action here for Split B. Cars all over the place. Split A had a very clean race one. Not a clean race 2, but hey, listen. You get all kinds of racing out here with the Rookie Championship, and the GT4 is on track. So let's just hop back up to the front and see what's going on up here with P2 with Paul Guadagnoli, if I'm pronouncing that right. Cool. If I'm not, please let me know. If you guys are watching on YouTube, please consider checking out the Kick stream, as this is where we want to direct people going forward. Those of you watching on YouTube, please check out these links here. Check us out on Kick, support us on Patreon, and if you're new, check out the Discord server and join our races. Very, very fun stuff to be had here. And if you are watching on Kick, I will spare you the Kick link and just show you the Patreon link. We are always looking for support. Running a racing league is not a cheap task. So please help us out there on the Patreon so we can get prizes out to our champions. DJ Gerald got it mostly right, man. The last name's a doozy for most people. Telling you, man, some of these names, I know Nate actually sent out a survey to the drivers to help with pronunciations on the phonetics of everyone's name, but it's tough, man. It is tough. So we're running the auto cam now, looking on the front side of Taylor, chasing down Nate. I guess they just had Nate just did an overtake there. Looking at that homemade Golf livery, I think that looks sweet. Golf livery, the logo cut off on the hood, but still a very nice looking livery there from Taylor. The auto cam seems to like him. So hang out there for just a second. Let's see an auto cam. Let's find someone else to follow here. There we go. All right. Salig now. Nicholas. Surprised with this guy the other day. I think he'll do okay. He was building up some confidence. Abdul was giving him some free coaching. So Abdul, one of the fastest improving members in the league right now. We'll see if Nicholas can get a pass here on Christian Julian. Koju also a newer member to the league and doing quite well out there. But Dylan Martin not letting them have any breathing room there. So we'll see what happens. We got a Lexus on tracks. Like I said before, this split here is a lot more diverse on their cars than the first one. There are 6 Ferraris, but you do have some Lamborghinis. You do have a Lexus, which is very uncommon, and you have a couple BMWs and only one McLaren this time. And as far as the GT4 goes, you have 50% of them as Porsches, then you have an Alpine, McLaren, and Mercedes. So pretty good diversity on that front as well. You can see the lineup in the background there, multiple GT3 cars in a row, and we'll see how they do overall. Alright guys, alright, so good pass done there that I kind of looked away for. I apologize, I seem to have missed 2 very important things, and there's an off track there. Martin trying to do something on the grass. I'm not sure what that was all about, but if we go and just check that out, we'll see what that was all about. I'm just going to watch a replay and see if I catch it. I just ran away from the battle. A little shove from the Fiat, sorry if I'm going to get yelled at for that one. Oh, big shunt there for the GT4s. I think that might be Neil. Ross and Neil are a little bit whack when they're racing together. Looking at this replay from 338, let's see if that's what it was, if he got forced wide. Not 100% sure. Really close battling here. Going for the overtake. Side by side. And yeah, forced wide, unfortunately. That is totally not a fair move from that Lambo. Looking back up to P1 and P2. Got the Ferrari and the BMW there. Matteo and Guadagnoli. Guadagnoli trying to get the pace to make up that 1 second gap between the two of them. We have Murillo off the track. Murillo having a rough go at it today. Can't keep his 4 wheels out there. Neil Barovitz. And unfortunately Arthur still far, far back. Looks like a Fiat from the main cam. I see. No, it was the Lamborghini that time, unfortunately. But yeah, tough driving out there for these guys. Let's look at a little battle here. Dylan Martin, Cujo. Back and forth action. Cujo trying to remain ahead of Martin, but I just... Or Koju, sorry. I see you saying Cujo. But no, Christian Julien, his Discord name I believe is Koju. So that's the reference there. Nice to see that Lexus in the background. I hope to see that Lexus move up quickly because I've decided to race the GTR as per the community's votes. They hate me, obviously. So it'd be nice to have a couple JDMs out there, even though they're not, you know, Lexus isn't technically a Japanese manufactured GT3 car. We'll see how it goes. Looks like he's leaving the inside a little bit open for the BMW to overtake. BMW is a big boy car. You can see it's like a foot taller than the Lamborghini, and when you look at it from the side profile, if they show it here, it has got a lot shorter of a wheelbase. Oh, they didn't show it with the autocam. I'm sure we'll see it in a second here. This is the closest battle on track, so I'm sure the autocam will focus on this for a little bit. Speaking of JDM, possible AC racing coming soon. You're absolutely right, Justin. So if you guys are interested in AC as well as ACC, a couple of our admins have teamed up and they are starting to work on a AC calendar that's going to include lots of different car classes, JDMs being one of them. You know, I'm really looking forward to that myself because I just love throwing the gears on the H pattern shifter instead of the flappy paddle shifters. Still love my GT3 racing. Ooh, off track for Martin. Is Julian going to be able to get an opportunity here to take that position back? A little bit tight, but maybe not. It's tough to see, but the Lexus of Tan slowly catching up because of that incident. And some clouds rolling in. It's not supposed to rain here, but it is, you know, it is English, an English track, so they never know when they'll get some cloud cover. A little dark day out there. So we're looking at the inside of C. Jones in the AMG GT4. Doesn't have a battle to worry about. Or was that? Yeah, it was. Weird. Now we're looking at Dave Dunn having to worry about Guadagnoli in the Lamborghini right behind him. A little bit of negative action at the beginning of this race, but things have balanced out. Now we got a lot of great battles on track that I will not be able to keep up with all of them. And now we have Julian must have gone off at some point. I must have missed that. So we're going to try and pull up a replay. Julian's number 28, and there is a replay for 28 here on the menu. So let's look from the helicam and see what happened. It's been a cloudy this whole week at Snetterton. Yes, it has. Not a good time for sun. Loses the back end, and he's going off the track, losing at least 1, 2, 3, 4 positions. And a little bit of side. Oh, that's not good. Side by side there. Side by side. Oh, too much battling. That's a... that's not a good move. That's not a good move. We're going to watch a replay on that because I want to see from the overhead who is at fault there. He's in the overtaking position. Julian moves in on him. Hits him once. That's a second hit from Tercios, I guess. And that's another contact. Loses it, goes off. So I don't know which one was going to get a penalty or if that's hard racing. They both hit each other. Really, really hard to tell. I don't want to pick on either one, but that was just stupid from both ends, and we don't need to see that kind of driving us straight. You know you're there. You got the radar. Guys, make sure you're using your radar when you're out there. It's so important. You can see where the cars are beside you, and you know not to turn in on them. Looking at Dave Dunn right now in P12. Chasing down a Porsche who I believe, must be a lap down because that is Taylor. So if he's about to pass Taylor, yeah, Taylor's a lap down. Guadagnoli climbing up. He is trying. He is trying. Let's go check him out right now. Looking like he wants to get past that BMW. Really poking his nose on the backside there of Tercios. And Gino didn't have a really good last lap there battling with Julian. So we'll see if he can keep Guadagnoli away or not. We'll see what the auto cam has to say, but I'm sure it's going to jump to another battle like this one right here between Tan and Schreiber. Schreiber 15-second penalty, so it's going to be tough for him to make up that pace. And that is a custom livery, by the way. The Lexus does not have a lot of liveries in this game, so you can just tell looking at this one that it is custom. And it looks fantastic. You could have fooled me. If I didn't know better, that I would have thought that was a base game livery, but nope. Custom liveries are a big thing in our community. Guys love to show off the work that they do. Nate Schreiber there in that McLaren is actually a custom livery. It's a Bowser livery. So we'll just give him a quick look here from the starting grid position. So that's a Bowser custom livery. They does a lot of Mario Kart liveries, this guy. Ooh, a little bit of a drift from Ryan Luke behind him. Oh, that's not Ryan Luke, is it? Yeah, it is. Ryan Luke getting those rear tires heated up. 9 minutes left in this first race, guys. 9 minutes left. And then we have one more race of the night. As we've mentioned. Ooh, is that a contact from Nate? Did he hit Julius Tan? Let's go find out in the replay. I cannot believe that, dude. Cannot believe it. Let's see. Nate coming in hot, looking for a dive, and yeah, just a little bit too fast, unfortunately. All right, let's see. Amazed that Nate almost made that work. Yeah, really. But I mean, hey, a little bit. That's not a turn you want to try and get an overtake done on. You know, it's if you can do it, like all the power to you. But you know, the way you got to take that right-hander after that sweeping left, it's not the place, man. It's not a place you can go too wide comfortably. One of you has to back out. Unfortunately, it's just how it goes. 7 minutes left, and we're just going to run down the grid as fast as I can. Here we got Paul in P1, Kenneth Mateo P2. Unfortunately, lost it at some point. Then we got Nicholas Salig in P3, Dylan Martin in P4, Daniel Kowilsa in P5, Ryan Luke in P6, and a 5-second penalty, maybe 2 5-second penalties for car 44. Racking them up. Julius Tan in P7, trying to get a pass done on Neil Barovitz in the GT4 car. Nate Schreiber not too far behind. And they're about to come to the start straight, so let's see how this plays out, if this is clean or not. Neil getting pretty close to the backside of Tan. Good, clean move from both of them. We're going 3 wide down the start straight. Nate looking to get a pass on this Lexus. Oh, and it goes away from it, but I don't want to miss it. Where did it go? So Nate lost a little bit, but he plays it safe. So we got Nate in P7, Christian Julian in P... Oh, we go back to that because it's still side by side. Nate trying to find an overtake. Nate has gotten a lot better in the past couple weeks. A lot of improvements on his end. He's got some coaching If you go for the highest level Patreon tier in our league, it's $50 a month, 50. Yes, I said it, 50 American dollars a month. But you get 2 free coaching sessions with our esports drivers. Now, a lot of people think $50 is a lot of money, but most coaches charge over $50 for 1 session. We're giving you 2 for that price, and you get a lot of other perks in our league. And then also, if you're interested, the next 3 people that sign up for coaching will get ACC Drive completely for free. Oh, Nate shunts the back of Tan. And that's Nate jumping back to the pits. Not sure if it's for repairs or if he's just opting out of this round. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I think that's something else. Well, let's go back on Tan and see how he rejoins. Oh, not safely. Guys, not safely. So unfortunately for him, just losing a couple positions there. And Nate is either in the pits to quit this round or he is in there to repair some damages. Got 25 seconds of penalties in this round alone. Not ideal at all. And Guadagnoli has lost some positions. I haven't been following that, but I'm happy to go and look at that. Stop and go 10 seconds for 185 for causing a collision. Let's see if this replay is that. No, that's just a big off the track there for him. So that's definitely not what it was. Gonna take a moment here and look at some replays, guys. I hope you don't mind. Just want to see what happened. Okay, let's let this replay end. We don't need to see Neil spinning around in circles. Maybe this is it here. Or we're coming up to it. Ooh, that might be the same spin. Unless this is a resafe jointly here, which it is. Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. So it was a resafe jointly, and that's what he got the stop go for, unfortunately. And we're coming on to watch Julian go off the track. Cars all over the place. Guys, I don't even know what to say right now. 3 minutes left in the race. We're going to try and find the replay of 22 losing his positions. And I can't pull it up, unfortunately. It's showing something else. Oh, he must have stopped in the pits for repairs, and that might be why he fell down the leaderboard. Okay. Okay, we're going to see Christian Julian has a yellow flag. Once this ends right now, he's fine. All over the place. Guys, look at that damage there on Koju's front end. I never saw when, but Paul took first a little while ago. Just got to hold it now. Yes, he did. He did take that first. You're right. I didn't... You know what? I've been confused this whole time wondering how there's 2 Guadagnolis on the track. So we obviously have a pair of brothers out there. And I'm assuming, DJ, you're friends with them or know them. Look at this. 2 overtakes on GT4s on the same start straight. And Tan trying to make a comeback. Going on the inside of Durasso right there. Love seeing that Lexus on track, by the way. I think it's a fantastic looking car. Goes deep and loses both those GT4 positions. But yeah, Paul Guadagnoli P1 overall. And I guess that is... What's the other one? Matt. Paul and Matt. They're my brothers. I'm just watching them run. So your name can't be Gerald, and you got to be DJ Guadagnoli. And if I'm not pronouncing that right, please tell me. Now, 3 brothers, DJ, you got to race, bro. You got to get in here and race with them. Get a rig yourself. Love to see 3 brothers out there. That'd be probably the coolest thing. Ryan Luke right now is what we're looking at. This livery modeled after the Black Knight in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. So, Paul, P1. And there it is. There is the Mercedes, driven by Chase Jones. A little bit of dirt blowing up in the air. D done off the track and into the grass. A lot of lawn mowing happening here today. It's Gerald. They're actually my uncles, but you know how it is. Well, you got to race with your uncles. Whatever. They're my brother's uncles. It's all the same thing. You got to race with them, dude. I'm telling you. They're your uncles. You got some cool uncles. One of them's a little bit slow, though. You can tell him that later on. Tell Matt he's a little bit slow. Paul, rapid out there today. Yep, one day. Well, there you go. Love to see it. So Paul going down the back straight right now. Ooh, got a couple yellows. Neil Barovitz in the pits. I guess it's because he's serving his stop-go. Oh, he's got a DSQ. Wonder what happened there. I guess he may have forgot to serve his penalty as he crosses the line, gets a DSQ. Yep. And that's what it is. Neil.
Leader has finished the race.
Oh, shoot. Sorry, guys. Paul Guadagnoli, P1. I was focused on something else, and I missed him crossing the line. Kenneth Mateo, P2. Nicholas Slig is going to be coming across the line now as well. Something happened in the start, Matt. Try to climb back up. Yeah, dude, that's unfortunate. Then we got Dylan Martin, P4. Ryan Luke will be coming around for P5. Chase Jones, P1 in the GT4s. Phil Krauthios and P2 in the GT4s. Gino Tercios, P6. Alex Taylor, coming around the last turn. Gonna be coming beside, I think that's Murillo, actually. Yep. So there you go. So you got Murillo P3 of the GT4s, Taylor P7 overall, Tan in P8, Carvalho in P9, Christian Julian P10, Dave Dunn coming across the line now, P12 to P4. Let's go. That would be Martin, I guess. And then Neil in the pits. Nate Schreiber managed to not come last, even though he went into the pit lane. So he is P17. So I'm just going to exit out of this right now. I think everyone's crossed the line. And we're going to wait for race 2 to start. All right, guys, we'll be back in just a moment.
I got a bottle of Patron and some lights off. Two red devil looking eyeballs. And I finna turn up when the night falls. If you hear a siren, then it's my fault. Jump in my whip, baby, let's ride. We ain't gonna stop at a red light. And I'ma take shots like a Tech 9. It's gonna get live. drop it down to the ground. Oh yeah, wow, shorty make it bounce. Mama see the put cuffs on my cardiac, took my breath away like a heart attack, and I'ma spend every dime and my money back. Everybody wanna know. If you're ready, let me know. Let's go. If you're ready, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. If you're ready, let me know. Here we go. Let's go. I got a bottle of Grey Goose and ice cubes. Type of drink that'll put me in the right mood. 80 proof's gonna lower my IQ. And I've been the same way since high school. I look shorty right in her brown eyes. She about to take a trip to Cloud 9. I'm the man, baby. I get the crowd hype. I turn the cadence of a hook into a soundbite. Here we go. It's about to go down. Let me know. I'ma buy another round. Get low. Drop it down to the ground. Oh yeah, wow. Shorty make it bounce. Mama see the put cuffs on my cardiac. Took my breath away like a heart attack. And I'ma spend every dime and my money back. Everybody wanna know. Let's go. If you're ready, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. If you're ready, let me know. Here we go. Let's go.
All right, guys, we are back. Race 2 is about to start. They're just lining up on the grid. You can see all the beautiful cars and their custom liveries there. And we'll be going for the formation lap in 20 seconds. What happened to Durasso? It's a good question. Maybe he got too much damage. He also started at the back, so he probably had a lot of carnage to deal with. Alright, they're off now. I'm sorry guys, I'm having just a real quick snack here. Haven't really had dinner yet. And it's almost 9 p.m. for me. Alright guys, sorry about the silence there. Welcome back, and anyone who's just tuning in for the first time, welcome to Odyssey Racing. This is our 4th race of the night. We've had 2 back-to-back double sprint races. This is our rookie championship, so we have rookies in the GT3s, and we have our Pro-Am drivers in the GT4s as a championship, but as well as to help with the GT3 rookies to navigate traffic and get used to a more full grid. It's a lot of fun for our experienced drivers to be running in the GT4s. They're awesome cars to drive, and it gives a great experience of overtaking for all the rookies. A very diverse grid out there, lots of different car brands being represented. So 7-10 Bren. Alex on top. If you say so. Can't be placing bets around here, but if you think Alex is going to get to the top, I think that's a big play. Let's see what happens. Apparently we've had 100 messages today in the chat. Thank you guys very much for helping out with that. If you haven't already, please hit the thumbs up on YouTube. And if you haven't already, please go and follow us on Kick. We actually really need help there. We need to get to 75 followers on Kick. Then we can start monetizing. And if you're on Kick, check out our Patreon and our Discord. Forced feedback turned off. Yikes, dude, that sucks. That's a proper oof. And we were green, and away we go. Lots of cars out of position somehow on that restart. Not really sure how that happened. But here we go anyways to see how turn 1 goes. 3 wide! Oh, a little bit of contact in there. Oh, not both of them. I thought both... Oh, they both went off. Both of those Ferraris went off track. And cars everywhere. My gosh. Oh, my... And it looks like... Was that Murillo again? Or... I don't even know what to call, guys. That's just crazy. Guadagnoli in the back. RIP to Paul. He's parked there. He's not even moving, so I'm not sure what's happening there. Christian Julian not having the best go at it. I hope Paul's alright. Unfortunately, he's not moving, so that's not a good sign. Yeah, a bit of a lot of stuff going on there. So Paul's jumped back to the pits. Maybe he just had too much damage. It's so crazy, you know. I'm not gonna say I'm the best commentator out there, because I sure as heck am probably one of the worst. But with the experience I have, you think I'd be able to call things like that, but it just gets impossible when you see all these cars all over the place, you know. So, anyways, look at the two BMWs leading the pack right now. Good battle between Matteo and Tercios. So let's see how long this goes on for. They're less than 2 or 3 tenths apart. Dang, probably got bumped. RIP. Yeah, too much to keep track of, says 710 Brent on Kick. You are absolutely right, dude. It is so much to keep track of. And I still, because a lot of these guys are new into the league, a lot of the existing members are using new liveries. So it's hard to keep track of who's who out there. And I don't like putting the names above the cars because I think it looks horrible on stream. So I just yell out what it is. Oh my gosh, did I just see a BMW go right into the grass? It did. Oh, and he's going to rejoin. Oh, that's not a good rejoin. That was a very sketchy rejoin. And we got a red flag here. Not sure what that was, but I'm just going to go on a brief intermission right now and come right back and see if I can get any information on that for y'all. Alright, it is a red flag. Lid, who are you, by the way? LYD, who are you on the track right now? I don't even see a guy whose name starts with L, so I can't even guess. Red flag has let me back in the race. It's good to see. Yeah, that was pretty sloppy, guys. You know, again, I said this last time. Dylan Martin. Ah, nice. Unfortunate you're starting from the back, but
30 seconds.
But anyways, guys, yeah, it's a red flag. Unfortunately, it just kind of happens. You know, these are the rookie GT3 drivers. Some of them come with lots of experience, but some of them are brand new. And you kind of just get a little bit of a mixed bag. We got some new drivers, experienced drivers, GT4s, GT3s. Lots can go wrong, and I think even though it's kind of high pressure and all those things can go wrong, it's still a good learning opportunity for these drivers. Excuse me. So, yeah, we'll see how she goes. Driving off the line now to do their formation lap. Second formation lap of this race. Race 2 out of 2. 25 minutes. Double sprint this week. The only one of the season. So this is a really, really unique race format that we have only ever done once in the past, a few seasons back. People do like it. Moza. Ah, okay. I see. I've only ever heard good things about Moza, so I'm actually surprised that you're having issues. Too bad, man. I don't love to hear it. But yeah, get back to driving and focus on the race. Don't focus on texting in the chat. Although I appreciate it. The software is doo-doo butter. Got it. Got it. Well, you can still join the race. You'll just be starting a little bit further back and maybe from the pits, but if you can get it restarted and join in right now, you're good to race, man. Just if it shuts off again, we might ask you to step out, because obviously we don't want technical issues. So guys, round 3 this week of our championships in Odyssey Racing League. This is the rookie GT3 and Open GT4 championship. This week's double sprint race. This is split B. Split A finished up about, give or take, an hour ago. So good competition here. Good diversity of cars, like I mentioned already. And looks like these guys are going to be forming up in just a couple of turns here. Bunch of cars doing drifts on the formation lap, but this is the point now where they're going to have to start going too wide. Hopefully no one gets a bad start because of this, because you can get a drive-through right off the start of the race if you are out of position by too much. So be careful, boys, when you are on the formation lap. And for those of you who weren't around when I announced it, tomorrow is the premier event of our GT2 Championship Europe. So we're not streaming that, but if you are keen on racing it, it is at, I believe, like 10 a.m. Eastern or something like that, or 9 a.m. Eastern. Whatever it is, it's like 7 p.m. Central European time. But anyways, we're pulling up to the start-finish line, and the light is green, and away we go. 25 minutes on the clock. And we'll see how turn 1 is in the helicam. So far, so good in the front. The back's a little bit cleaner as well. A little bit of bumping, but it's okay. A little bit of a bump from Neil, hitting Murillo off the track there. Bit of bumping and, oh, that's not good. Turn 2 kind of shenanigans. And these guys will be able to rejoin. Unfortunately, once there's one contact, you know, it's kind of hard to sort of fix that, and by the time everyone catches on and brakes, they're, you know, too far forward or beyond their braking point. So it is tough, but hopefully we'll see some recovery from Matt, Dave, and Dylan, and they'll have some time to catch up because there's going to be a bit of a bottleneck for the first lap or so. They should get at least to the back of the pack. So Murillo backwards. Not sure what happened to him. Let's see if he does a safe rejoin. Looks like he does. No one really behind him. Unfortunate for him. That'll be a lot of ground to make up. And Neil has a yellow as well. Looks like he may have gotten into an incident, or he's waiting for Murillo. Not 100% sure what that's all about. Let's just check it out real quick and see. So Neil's just all over the place here. Ooh! Not a great situation for him. And I don't think that was actually Murillo. Now that I look at it, I think it was Arthur. Them first turns, man. Could we get a swap to Taylor when no action is happening? No, I'll just throw Taylor up on the screen right now. Don't even worry about it, dude. There's Taylor right there, and his Gulf livery, number 911. The first turns are always brutal, dude. That's my homie, Bren. Why aren't you racing, Bren? You got to get in here and race with your boy. Gerald, yeah, man. Like you tell people 1,000 times, take it easy on lap 1, and we also do harsher penalties for turn 1 and lap 1 incidents. So if somebody hits someone on lap 1, we typically penalize almost twice as hard most of the time. Gave away my sim racing TV to my grandpa because he broke his. Well, hey, that's respectable, man. I get it. 15-second penalty to Taylor. Not chill, but hey, like I said, harsh penalties given out here. 5 seconds to Neil Barovitz. Once I get the update on what the penalties were, guys, I'll fill you in. Ooh, there is Tan off or backwards on the track. And I gotta say, running the GTR myself, seeing a fellow JDM off the track ain't cool. Anyways, we're gonna go back to the autopilot now. We saw quite a lot of that Gulf Porsche right there. I love that livery, but let's check out. So we're looking on the back of the Ferrari of Carvalho. Now we're looking at Dunn and one of the Guadagnolis. And that BMW, is that Martin? Must be. Ooh. Yes, it is. Some good lineup of cars here. So 5 minutes into the final race of the evening, guys. This is where everyone's going to be throwing in all the elbows. Love these camera angles. ACC must have updated its camera angles. Ooh, big shunt right there onto the back of... Is that... No, that was Bill Krauthios from Dylan Martin. My man, what are you doing? I love the high. I like it too, the helicam, this one right now that I'm running. Problem is you always hear the helicopter like spinning and it's just super annoying to me. I don't love it. Alright, Dylan Martin hunting down another GT4. Is he going to keep clear of this one or is he going to hit it as well? Overtaking position. Seems to be a clean overtake and that's good to go. I didn't even hear it, so you pointed out. It's so quiet. You know, sometimes on the stream it's very quiet or it's like insanely loud. And I've had it times where I've rewatched the stream the next morning and I've wanted to strangle myself for keeping it on the screen too long. So I like to do it for the start and then I'll try and mix it up like here and there, mostly for replays because it's always better to see the top down on a replay. But I try to keep it out of the regular racing as much as possible unless there's a lot of stuff to watch. Like right there, Tan overtaken on the straight. Then we'll just go right back into the TV cams. Look at that camera right there. Yeah, I think ACC must have improved its cams because I don't remember all these pan cameras like this on Snetterton. And that's scaling the board. Yeah, he's moved up quite a bit, actually. He's in 11th now, so he's almost in the top 10. This time it's quiet, so abuse that cam. Nah, dude, I'm telling you, I'll watch this tomorrow morning. It'll drive me insane. There's a lot of camera angles I turn off as well, like some of the POV cameras too, because it just get annoying when you're spectating. You don't need POV or chase cams. And you also don't get the car noises. You can't hear the engines as well. So there's Nate Schreiber there, taking a second go at it. Actually, he got hit this time, as you just caught maybe there or not. Lots of penalties added to the board, so let me go and grab the link to see the descriptions. So, to read through the penalties, oh, they haven't populated them yet. So there's done right there on your screen. Trying to defend against Martin, who is apparently 2 laps down. Not really sure how that's happened, but maybe 1 lap down. Just looking at Chase Jones leading the pack of the GT4s. Got 10 seconds for 3:38. That's Martin, unfortunately. What's the pink color square mean? Oh, that means fastest lap. So Paul has the fastest lap of the race right now. Yeah. And that's actually 2 additional points. Ooh, was that Nate off the track back there? A little bit of a battle here happening with him and Carvalho. Yeah, so that pink square just means he's got the fastest lap. So now it's Tercios who has the fastest lap. It's 2 additional points. But it depends who's got the faster lap of the 2 splits. So we're going to find out, you know, later on in the season. We don't post the results of this season right away because of how many drivers get bumped in and out of this championship. You can see the total estimated points, though. That's something that's available to them. Just not the per race, results. A little bit of a front end battle here with Cryo in the middle of 2 GT3 BMWs fighting for the position. Tercios trying to catch up to Matteo. And Matteo, he's been practicing almost every day, dude, like his life depends on it. I was chatting the other night with him and his girlfriend in one of our Discord voice chats, and super cool couple. She's also a fan of racing, so I guess she's probably watching and supporting for all I know right now, so hello to you. I won't reveal your name just in case there's any privacy concerns, but yeah, Mateo's been working hard this week to try and keep that position in P1 right now. So we'll see if he can fend off Tercios for a lot longer. Even Matteo was going to try running the GT2s today, but he said to me, I don't want to mess up my practice. I want to do well this week. And I'll practice the GT2s tomorrow. So, dedication, man. Seems like most of the GT 4s are kind of running a bit of their own race right now. The two closest on track is Arthur and Murillo. I don't know if they will separate more or get closer together. Also, guys, 19 people watching the stream right now. We got 21 likes. Thank you very much on YouTube. And we got 9 people watching on Kick, which is awesome. Anyone who's watching on YouTube, please feel free to check out our Kick page, as we need support there. We need some more followers so that we can become like monetized status or whatever it's called there. 75, and we can get subscribers and other stuff as well. So please check it out. For those of you watching on YouTube, you can follow this link to get to the Kick. And if you feel inclined to support us and help us keep guys like Arthur on the track, check out the Patreon. And I said they weren't going to catch up, but look at it right there. Murillo getting the pass on Arthur. Or is it... Yeah, that's right. Oh, Arthur lifting his wheels off the track. I don't know if that was all 4 or not, but still very exciting. Back to the front, we got Matteo still being chased down by Tercios. Nate Schreiber in P3 in this race, doing a lot better than the first round, so he will get some decent points here. And like we were saying earlier in the night, I don't remember if I said it during in the split B race, but each of these individual races, so how it's working tonight, for those of you who are not aware, we have split A and split B. There's no skill difference. The only difference is when they wanted to race based on the start time. We have them right after each other. Split A went first a while ago, and now we got split B on the screen right now. They're second of 2 races. Sprint races, 25 minutes each. Each race, they get half points of what the total would be. So in order to get the 50 points for P1, you'd have to come in P1 in both the races. Otherwise, P1 in each race gets 25 points. Hope that makes sense to you guys. Basically, each race is individually 50% of the normal points, which gives a total of the regular amount of points for the race weekend. So obviously, you want to do your best in both races, and qualifying matters even more because it's qualifying once for 2 races. Martin, am I supposed to be a lap down starting from the pits? Well, you did jump in and out a couple times, so I'm not sure if the game is reading it right. But worry about that later. Don't worry about that while you're driving, dude. You already got a penalty. You're parked. Well, I mean, I don't know what the deal is. Maybe you're only a lap down because you started later or something. I don't know if you left or what happened, but maybe it's just a glitch. Well, there actually is a point because the top 15 people get points. So no matter what, you get points if you race today. We also have a drop round, but it only applies to one of the 2 races, I'm pretty sure. Not both of them. Less than 10 minutes to go. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm pretty tired. Commentating for like 2.5 hours. It does drain the energy a little bit. Almost 3 hours actually, now that I'm looking at the clock. I think that started at just 10 after 6 my time. It's 10 after 9 now. So we got Matteo really having to defend here. Tercio's not giving him any breathing room whatsoever and not making any mistakes. These 2 BMWs, wicked looking cars. Big hefty cars too. Some of the biggest cars in the game. Really flying around this track like land yachts. We'll see if we can hold it to the end. A lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. Going back, so now they're getting through, trying to get past Neil in the GT4, and this has caused Nate to get a little bit closer. Neil goes off into the grass. Not sure if he just made a mistake driving the mirrors or if these guys were kind of too much up in his space. Now we got a three-way battle for first, guys. This is absolutely insane right here. Two BMWs, Matteo having to do his life's work of defending. Oh no! And I think Nate just rammed into the back of Tercios. Let's see if I can grab a replay of that. Here we go here, going into the first turn. Oh yeah, no way. Goes off track. Didn't hit him, or did hit him a little bit. And tried to wait, but there you go. That was P1, 2, 3. A battle that lasted like 15 minutes. Ended with one mistake. Very unfortunate, but Matteo, his hard work's paying off as long as he stays ahead and stays clear. He does have Paul chasing down behind him, and Paul has 7.5 minutes to get it done. I think Paul has a chance here. Just got to put the pressure on and make up a few seconds around the track. He is right now 2 seconds behind. And then we got Dan Quilza, who's not so far behind, but he's got the fastest lap, so that means he's pacing really well. Not sure if he'll be able to catch up in 7 minutes, but a lot can change between now and 7 minutes or so. A lot of penalties on the board. Let me see if I can get you guys some explanations here. Looking at 185, got a 5 second for pushing off car 27 on lap 1. 911 spins car 22 for a 15-second penalty. 10 seconds to 109, goes in the back of 333, resulting in 333 spinning. 15 seconds for 714. 10-14 runs wide at turn 8, making contact with 666, resulting in 666 being forced off of the track. 109 makes contact with 81, forcing 81 off the track. And 338 runs into the back of car 81 at turn 4, resulting in 81 spinning and hit off track. Those last two penalties there were 81 just getting pummeled. Got a couple more coming in here in a moment, but just looking at the board, Nate is clear at the moment. Can we check out Taylor a little bit? He's been changing positions a lot. Let's check out Taylor, guys. Let's do it. Absolutely on board with that. Let me just find him here on my chart. There he is right now. Going a bit solo, but he's catching up to 333. Dave Dunn. Not sure what's going to happen here, but he's got a 15-second penalty up on his board there. So when he finishes and crosses the line, that'll be added to his race time and could set him back a little bit. Unlike Split A, all the GT3s are ahead of GT4s. Which is quite nice to see. That's how it should be, you know? But now he's got 5 minutes to try and get this done. Even if he gets an overtake, he won't actually be ahead. But wonder if he crashed or something. Well, he may have crashed into somebody because, like you said, he's got the penalty beside his name. And I'll tell you exactly what it was for, actually. So, got a 15-second penalty for spinning car 22 on turn 2 of lap 1. And I can actually probably pull up that replay. Maybe, maybe not. Oh, maybe not. It may have gone out of... Yeah, I don't think I have it anymore. They do eventually expire. Unfortunately, I think it's got to use like temporary data. Did something that happened at the podium? Wasn't paying attention. Yeah, there was a three-way battle leading into turn 1. I'll see if I can pull up the replay for you there. Let me grab this replay. So check this out. Right here. Here's your replay. A little bit of a messy situation there, and the the chance for Tercios to get P1 is lost. But now we have Matteo having to worry about Paul right on his back. Oh, he's off track. Yeah, man. It happens, dude. I think I walked away from that for a moment, but yep. Paul taking the shot. Yeah, Paul's doing really well. He's catching up. He had a bit of a messy start. Matteo, like I've mentioned a couple times, has been working his butt off all week. He's been practicing every day and making dramatic improvements. So he will deserve P1 if he gets it. But Paul is really close and putting on the pressure, so I'm not sure if he'll be able to hold off Paul until the end. Ooh, a little bit of off track for Nate here. P6, but he'll probably be bumped down to P9 or 10. Maybe 9. After that 15 seconds applied post-race. Thanks for pulling the replay. No problem, man. I only have a short window where I can pull them up, but I'm always happy to. Yeah, we'll go back to the leaders in just a second here. I promise I will not miss the start or the ending of this race. And I really can't afford to because they're only a second apart. So Matteo's got exactly, probably, I'm guessing 2 laps. So we have 2 laps here to really finish it up and make things count. Let's go back to that. There's the wing of Matteo, and Paul is right there. You know, I don't think I even want to leave that situation. So I'm going to turn off autopilot for now. I'll try and watch to see if other things are happening, like what's happening with Matt in P2. Alright guys, last lap coming up here as the leader crosses the line.
Leaders on final lap now.
Now he's just got to keep Paul at bay for just a minute and a half. That's all he's got to do right now. Guys, this is the 3rd round, and next week we have a break, by the way, just so you're all aware. No racing in the GT3 class next week. So these guys will be able to rest and recoup after this past 3 weeks of heavy racing. Matteo, keeping it clean for the whole race, doing a really good job. All he's got to do is keep it clean for the next minute here at Snetterton. He's done a very good job. And he will earn this P1. It'll be almost a reversal of the last race. So Paul got P1 in race 1, and Kenneth Matteo got P2. But now it's looking like it might be switched here. Never makes it easy. I'm not sure if I read that yet, but yeah, absolutely not, man. It's not easy. And look how close they are, coming around to the last turn, last 2 turns, I should say. As long as Matteo does not look at his mirrors, he will be fine. Just don't look at your mirrors, whatever you do. Last turn, keeps it clean, no spins, no mistakes. And now you're running towards the finish line. Absolutely beautiful race by Kenneth Matteo and Paul Guadagnoli. Beautiful race by both those guys, P1, P2. Daniel Kawilza coming in P3. Maurice Carvalho will be coming along in P4. And Gino Tercios right behind him, P5. Nicholas Salig coming across the line in just a moment here. Durasso in the front of us, crossing the line in P15. Nate Schreiber, P7. Ryan Luke will be coming down the straight now for P8. Christian Julian, P9. Julius Tan, last turn of the track in that Lexus for P9. I think I read that already, so someone must have left. P10. Matt Guadagnoli in P11. Side by side with a GT4. Alex Taylor coming around the last. Don't look at your mirrors. Yeah, good job, Mateo. Earned that win. Absolutely earned that win. So beautiful race there. Starting to lose my voice. And Dave Dunn. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm literally losing my voice right now at the end. Last couple cars crossing the line. See the Porsche out there with a big dented hood. And that's it, guys. Put on a quick intermission and we'll be right back. Hello everyone, sorry for that longer intermission. I'm here with Chase Jones, the winner of the second race and P2 of the first race in the GT4 class. How'd you find those races, Chase?
Pretty good. Hate the red flag happened in the second race because it really screwed me up, but you know, happens. Hopefully it was better for everybody in the end, but it was a fun race as a whole.
Right, yeah, well, I mean, I guess it worked out for you in the sense you got second, which is good, but I guess you had a better start before the red flag, right?
Yeah, when I started in the first, before the red flag, I was on the inside. On the second one, I was on the outside, and when that happened,
Ooh.
I was just left defenseless.
That's the unfortunate thing. It's always, sometimes I even strategize my qualifying to make sure that if I'm on the inside or the outside of the first turn, because you don't want to be forced off, right?
Yeah. I had a GT3 starting on my inside, which is what caused the issue.
Yeah, that's always even more nerve-wracking because these GT3s, you don't know if they're rookies or not, right?
Yeah.
Well, good race overall. Were anything like any highlights or anything that stood out to you specifically? Any certain battles or drivers that you had a good time with?
Not that I can think of. I'm gonna try and figure out. I got a 10-second penalty about lap 4 or 5 that I don't know why. I just was driving down the straight and I got a 10-second penalty. So I'm gonna have to figure out why that happened. But
Yeah, for sure. Throw in an inquiry to the stewards. I mean, realistically, it takes them a few minutes to get through all the reports too, eh? So it could have happened on lap 1 or lap 2 or something. But either
Yeah,
way,
maybe.
you did a really good job, man.
Thank you.
Like I said, P1 in the first race, P2 in the second, so you're definitely going to walk away with some good points in the GT4 series. So congratulations there.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Move you back to the race VC. All right. Okay, that's fine. Go ahead. Sorry guys. I'm gonna pull in. Ooh, let's. Should I do it? I'm gonna pull in Mateo and Paul at the same time. All right, Mateo, Paul. I know this is kind of like sacrilegious, but I pulled you both in at the same time because you each finished first and you each finished second. And I want to hear from both of you. We'll start with Mateo because he's on top. How did you feel about that race?
I'll let you go first.
I really feel pretty nervous and with Tercios on the second race. I have to defense some occasions, but then I got the pace again, and also I needed to defend a lot with Guanaloli.
Awesome. So right before I go to Paul, how did you feel in the last couple laps with Paul just sniffing down your spine?
I didn't feel my legs, but a challenge is welcome for me.
That's good. Paul, how'd you feel about that race, man?
I was about to say, man, I'm sure that was making you nervous. I wasn't exactly trying to put the pressure on you, but that's why I didn't put it in any of the corners. I was actually perfectly fine with letting you take first place and me take second. And in the first race, I saw one of the GT4 guys took you out. I was like, oh man, that's not how I wanted to win, but it is what it is. I had a great time. I think the track is really hard. I practiced on that track for about 3 or 4 days before I was able to even have the courage to race in a pack. So yeah, I'm new to the ORL racing league, and I think it's great. I had a great time.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. So you were practicing for the past 3 days. Mateo was practicing for the past 3 days. So I really like to see that the community is actually putting in the effort, and it paid off, right?
Yeah, I feel like you
Yeah.
have to on a track like that because it's so complicated. Like you think you have. I mean, let's just take turn 1 for instance. You think you have that down pat, and then the track temperature changes, and then it's all different again. And that turn 1 and the last.
Sector
I don't know
3.
I don't know which turns it is, but the last left and then left-hander, it's like a left sweeper and then the right-hander at the end of the second straightaway.
Oh, right. Yes.
Yeah, that is crazy. Like you have to hit that corner so hard. It's just unreal. Like I said, I had a great time, and it's unfortunate for my brother. He was I think he was in 8th place when he qualified in 8th, and he got took out by some of the other guys back there. But Yeah, I mean, we're loving it, man.
That's good. Yeah, your I guess your nephew was in the chat the whole time, DJ. He
Yeah,
called himself
and
your
my
brother and he corrected it to saying they're my uncles or something. I don't know what the relationship is, but
yeah, that's my nephew. And my parents were actually watching it too, so
nice.
it's kind of a big deal. Like it's I got a lot of racing history. I drove IndyCar for a little while in 2006 through 2008, and we did a lot of shifter kart racing after that. We've actually won a couple championships in the SCUSA Pro Tour, me and my brother.
Nice.
And we got out of that, and then we just wanted to keep racing, so we started in sim racing. And I got to say, the ORL Racing League here is so far the most professional that we've seen. And yeah, man, like I said, it's great.
Well, you haven't seen the After Dark channels, I'll tell you that right now. Mateo, how do you feel about being a real life racing champion?
Wow, I can't even believe it. For to be like 2 months in sim racing, I never raced before. Yes, I'm truly honored. For real, I'm truly honored.
Well, you both did really well, and I think it's pretty likely we'll see but you guys jump up to another class fairly soon because that's just how we roll. We want to make sure that people get bumped up to be competitive at their level. You guys kind of dominated last race. You were, again, both pretty far ahead. So good racing from both of you. Do you guys have any final words before we shut it down for the night?
What was your name again?
Richard.
The guy I was racing. Mateo?
Yeah, Kenneth Mateo from Puerto Rico.
Kenneth? Cool. It was fun, man. I look forward to racing with you again.
Thank you. I hope so.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Oh, still going.
Oh, and this win is for Carolina. This is for you. Thank you. I love you so much.
Good man. Saying the right things. I figured she'd be watching, so I shouted her out earlier. Thanks to both of you, and you guys have a good evening.
Yep, you too. Thank you.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
All right. Saw a subscription come in. Thank you very much for subscribing to Odyssey Racing League. Really, really appreciate it. I'm going to make this short and sweet because I'm exhausted and my throat is screaming for me. I'm going to have some hauls after this. But thanks to everyone who watched the whole night. Thanks for getting us up to, I don't even know how many likes we're at. Thanks for everyone who subscribed on Kick. If you guys haven't already, please go to Kick and hit the follow button. I will post the link in the chat because we need the support and we can monetize. We can't monetize until we get to 75 followers. So if you haven't followed us on Kick yet, please do. And also check out our Patreon and our Discord if you're new to the league. And I will also share those links in the Kick chat as well. A couple shout outs to our sponsors. Just want to shed some light on them. We got ACC Drive and ACC TV. ACC Drive is the Racer's Toolkit. It is the best app to use while you're driving. It has really good overlays to help give you more information than the base game gives you. And when you're racing with a team, it can help it so that way the person who's not racing or your engineer or whatever is able to set your pit stop strategy on those endurance races. It's so valuable because as a driver, you can just go and have someone else worry about all the technical stuff and you just drive. Often when I'm doing an endurance race, I turn off almost all of my HUD. That's not necessary because someone else is worrying about all that stuff and then they can spot you, at the same time. ACC TV is a streaming broadcasting app that I use. It helps me navigate the cameras and get as much information as possible. It's the auto cam feature that I keep referring to as well as my favorite tool, and all the replays are directly a part of that app. I honestly can't imagine streaming without it. It would be so difficult and annoying. So check that out. And we also have the Go setups, like I mentioned before. Go Fast Go setups, the best setups in ACC in our opinion. Almost all of our staff use it and all of our regular members use them as well. All this can be found in the Discord. And that's it. I'll spare you the other ones for now. And hope you guys have a good night. And we'll just let this roll out for a moment. Cheers, everyone. And catch you guys. Oh, yeah, there's a race tomorrow. GT Pro-Am. GT America's Pro-Am. Some of the guys who race in the GT4s are racing tomorrow night, so check that out. Same time. And that's it. You guys have a great evening.
Oh no, that is what they all say when they see me pouring some more. Oh, then gets empty again. Better fill it up before I go. Cause I'm loving it, feeling it, touch me and being it. See what I see in it, I'm typical. Messing around with it, mix it up, go with it, flow with it, let it all go. Oh Lord, think you know what I'm like, but you don't fall, you lose control. Bittersweet melody when I dance on your fly. Cause I know what you don't, it is me you adore. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They've never seen you out of your head. Cut to the bone, it's broken, I bet. How sad. Oh boy, got so hot I forgot what I should have thought of before. Sure ain't easy for you to let off the rules, cause that's so